Welcome to day number 3. Sam Roberts Show. I can't wait till I've been on enough days that I don't remember what day number it is. Hopefully by the second week. Be like, what is this? Is this day 7, 8, 9? 9, you say, Paul? Wow, we've accomplished a lot. Welcome to Sam Roberts Show. So much to do today. Oh my God, we are live as we are every day. Starting right this time, noon Eastern, here on Opie Radio. Lloyd Kaufman is coming in today. Lloyd Kaufman, the founder, the guru, the god of Troma Films, responsible for movies like The Toxic Avenger and Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, and Class of Nukem High, all the movies that you used to watch while learning how to masturbate watching USA Up All Night. Lloyd Kaufman will be here, as will, he's promised to, DJ Whoo Kid, as we've said. We're in a different studio. We're all the way up at Lincoln Center. It's 5, 6, maybe 7 blocks away from the actual studio. So we'll see when DJ Whoo Kid makes it. But a lot in store to get to. By the way, drinking regular soda. That's right, Francesca. A man's beverage. None of that diet bullshit. Here on Sam Roberts Show. Update on John Kerry's condition if we get to it. And we got a little preview of Caitlyn Jenner's reality show coming up. The former Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn. She's got her own reality show coming, so we're going to get into that. A whole lot to talk about here on Sam Roberts Show today. If you want to be a part of it, call right now, 866-969-1969. Phone lines are open at 866-969-1969, and you too can be a part of Sam Roberts Show. We've got a new Twitter account, at SR Show SXM. That's at SR Show SXM. You can follow along with everything that's going on in this party room. Vast, huge, massive studio. And a major announcement as far as that Twitter account goes. We have broken a record. Everybody was talking about Caitlyn Jenner 2 days ago. As of today, the SR Show SXM account, which you can get to at twitter.com/SRShowSXM, is the quickest account in the history of Twitter to reach 650 followers. That's right. No Twitter account has reached 650 followers quicker than SR Show SXM. So make sure you follow that, and you too can be a part of it. Let's go to Jason in Detroit to start the show. What's going on, Jason? That's amazing. Thanks. See, I was looking around. I wanted something. If you go to my Instagram at NotSam, you can see I did play with his dog. And I told Troy, who was there with me, Troy Kwan was there. I was like, dude, get a picture of me playing with Stone Cold's dog right now. I did Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast while I was out in L.A. I wanted to take something. I was looking around his house for what I could grab. But Steve Austin, and if you listen to his podcast that I was on, you know this because we talked about it, he's got no memorabilia. This is the only Stone Cold stuff in Stone Cold Steve Austin's house. He's got a giant Got Milk poster that's him holding 2 things of milk. And for some odd reason, this is the oddest piece of merchandise I've ever seen in the Stone Cold collection. In his kitchen, he's got a ceramic Stone Cold cookie jar. That's all he has, though, as far as Stone Cold stuff goes. Well, yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't already. Thanks, buddy. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for the call. I did, while I was doing Stone Cold's podcast, manage to get some shots in at Kevin Pollak because I figure, you know what? If Kevin Pollak is going to go out of his way to take shots at me on every show that he does, I'm going to go ahead and jump on this podcast that gets literally hundreds of thousands, approaching millions of listeners and make my opinion known. So this is what I said. Have you ever heard of an actor named Kevin Pollak?
Yes.
He's got a big problem with me. He's made it very public that he's got a problem with me.
Why?
Because I don't know, he doesn't like me on the air.
How can anybody have a problem with you?
That's what I've always said.
You get along with everybody.
I do. I thought I did, but Kevin Pollak has gone out and he's said it on his radio show, and he's gone on Reddit, and he said all kinds of stuff about me and being on the air and this and that and he called up, Opie's show one time because he doesn't think I paid my dues enough. He couldn't be.
How many dues you got to pay, Sam?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've been here just because he just turned on his radio.
Right.
Doesn't mean, and let's be honest, it's Kevin Pollak. Like most of the movies he's been in is because somebody more famous is in the movie.
Right.
It's not like anybody goes to A Few Good Men and says,
that a shot?
See Kevin Pollak? I don't know. I don't know. But it wasn't for me.
Hold on. You got to get a visual. Sam's got his GoPro over across the damn room. But you're hearing the audio version. I said, is that a shot? And Sam goes, I don't know. And he puts his hand out to the side. So, shots fired here at 316 Gimmick Street. Helicopters, ambulances on the way.
That's right. How do you like that? Stone Cold is okay with me. Stone Cold thinks I've paid dues. Kevin Pollak doesn't, but Stone Cold does. Just getting that dude to laugh that hard at anything was a major, major life accomplishment. I mean, goddamn, he was getting such a kick out of it. Stone Cold is a real dude. A real ass dude, as some would say. Let's go to Superfan Eric, speaking of real ass dudes. What's up, pal? Yeah, buddy.
Superstar Hogan, whatever the hell he was. It was great. Listen, hoagies, baby. I'm delivering hoagies right now. I'm going to put a little boost on some of these for these guys down here in Philadelphia.
Boost it up. Talk to you later, buddy. I just heard somebody texted me that you couldn't hear the callers at first. I think I fixed it, though. I don't think program was up, but I should be able to fix it. They're going crazy, Paul. You want to answer them? Ladies and gentlemen, which one you taking? That one? Fresh in the building. First time on the daily version of Sam Roberts Show. It's DJ Whoo Kid. What's up, pal?
So excited.
That's the one. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man?
What are you doing?
I'm loving it right now. The rain stopped. It's hot.
Oh,
my. I'm saying everybody's out in the streets. Running around.
And the women get very, very excited once the rain stops in New York and it's the summer. They take all their clothes off. The sundresses come back out. It's a big, big deal.
No panties.
Is that right? They don't wear panties?
Yeah, especially the office workers. They don't wear any panties.
Which offices do you go to?
I mean, it's unfortunate I got to deal with the Sirius XM workers, but
see, that's why we moved over here to Lincoln Center. We don't deal with any of that bullshit anymore.
A lot of bush out here too, man.
It's their bush. They don't shave.
They're on the 70s thing out here, man.
Wow. I guess you know what? It was just winter, so they haven't gotten their summer haircuts yet.
I gotta get some pics for these chicks out here, man.
Please do. Please do. Where have you been, Whoo Kid? It's been, I mean, I guess we saw you on Friday, but you disappear for days, if not weeks at a time.
I actually was, I was supposed to be here Monday, but I was stuck in Toronto because of all that rain.
It rained for like 3 days straight. I almost built an ark.
So they canceled all the flights. So I had to deal with getting stuck in a different pussy in Toronto, so I went to another chick's crib, so I couldn't make it Monday. I'm sorry.
You just went to some other bitch's crib.
Yeah.
That's great.
French
That's
bitch.
Great. What did you say, Paul? What do you want me to do?
Just do a test.
Pick up what line?
1.
Okay. All right. I'm going to test Paul right now. He's going to test our phones, Whoo Kid.
Oh, to see if it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing, Paul?
I hear you.
All right, great. All right, so I fixed it. Don't worry. I'm quite the engineer myself. A lot of people don't realize that I can handle hosting and board opping and engineering. I can do it all. I'm exhausted, though.
I see you're tired, man. Speaking of tired.
Yeah, tell me.
I've been getting attacked from Friday's show with all these specialists with the lying detector machines and all that.
Well, I definitely want to talk about it because Lloyd Kaufman's coming on the show later on today.
Ooh, that old school guy that does them horror movies?
Yeah, he does all sci-fi, horror
and stuff. He's still alive?
Yeah, well, it wasn't from the 50s, it was the 80s.
No, it looked like the 50s.
No, it was the 80s. It was definitely the 80s.
How is he alive and Johnny Carson's dead?
I don't know. It's one of those cruel jokes that God plays on us. Maybe you could ask him when he gets here, but I want to know...
Get God on the line.
I want to know what his opinion is on you claiming on Friday that you were sitting in Long Island watching Twilight movies.
With Taylor Lautner
With Taylor Lautner, you're getting very excited as he was turning into a werewolf.
Okay, yeah, make it clear. I wasn't excited because of his six-pack and oily body.
Well, I'm saying you like the transition process. You like when he had those wolf legs, but the man body. Like, you like that. You like that. That animalistic urge came out of you. And you saw Taylor Lautner, but you then claimed that you got abducted by aliens as you were watching.
Yeah.
You're still on this.
Some great joints, yeah.
You haven't given this up.
Never, I'm not.
You said... DJ Whoo Kid told me that he got abducted.
Funny, man.
He got abducted by aliens. Again, we got the phones working, so if you want to call up 866-969-1969.
I mean, they could relate to us, right?
I know, because I think you've made it up, but you're insisting. This is what weirded me out. He went on a show on Friday, and he was talking about getting abducted by an alien, and they were gray, and they were eunuchs. They had no genitals, but he saw their pelvises, and they looked like mannequins, and they had reptilian skin, and he had all these details. And I was like, Whoo Kid has once again just made something up off the top of his head.
Come on, man. You got Bruce Jenner running around here with no fucking dick, and you worried about
Caitlyn Jenner. But...
Man, get the fuck out of here.
But we're off the air. We're in an office at SiriusXM. We're in the office of the guy who runs Whoo Kid's channel, Shade 45.
Love it.
And Whoo Kid goes, yo, man, I was just telling Sam, I got abducted by aliens last night. And he's serious. And we're off the air. I don't know who he's performing for anymore.
I even told Waka Flocka this, but he hung up on me.
Good he hung up on you. Waka Flocka's the one who's supposed to be on drugs all the time, not you. You're still insisting that this happened.
I'm telling you, man, it really did, man. I'm gonna stand by my dick.
Have you your dick?
I mean, that's you know.
Is that a slang I don't know about?
Yeah.
When you're telling the truth, you're like, instead of saying word is bond now, you say I'm standing by my dick?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll remember that for next time. Next time a caller calls up and he doesn't believe me.
Because you're not supposed to lie on your dick. Like, you know how you lie, say I had sex with a certain individual.
Right. You're not supposed to do that.
But you're lying.
Right, and your dick feels betrayed by that.
That's amazingly embarrassing. That's like fucked up. If you get caught, you look like a fucking total loser.
Yeah. And then your dick shrivels up because your dick doesn't want that kind of betrayal and humiliation.
You don't want that kind of promo.
No. Well, yeah, go ahead and call up if you think Whoo Kid's telling the truth. So you haven't been contacted by aliens since?
I mean, I saw Bruce Jenner all weekend on some TV. Fucking widow.
He's not an alien. He's a trans individual, Whoo Kid. And you didn't see Bruce.
Mental case.
You saw Caitlyn.
Oh.
Have you heard, by the way, the promo? Caitlyn Jenner is getting a reality show.
Oh, really?
That's right. Bruce Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn, is getting her very own reality show. And a preview came out for it. I don't know. Did you hear about it?
I don't want to see him. I almost threw up looking at him.
Well, I got to tell you something, Whoo Kid. I think you're being very prejudicial.
No, I'm not. I don't like his lips.
Do you think that's the problem?
It's disgusting.
What do you think of this?
That's nasty too.
Okay, all right. So you don't like my lips either. Whatever.
No, he puts like shots in his lips,
like collagen,
and it makes it like curve. It looks like a little ramp. Like you need like a skateboardist to jump off that shit.
Well, he's got that selfie duck lip thing. He did live with Kim Kardashian for a long time.
It's disgusting.
If you're in, I said it yesterday, if you're going under the knife anyway, I don't think there's any excuse for a person who's making the transition, who's got money, to not look. I think Caitlyn Jenner looks fabulous.
How old is he?
65?
Why are you doing this now?
Well, because he couldn't do it when he was at the Olympics.
You got shit to do. Like you're 65 years old. You're not getting pussy anymore.
No, that's true.
You're gonna get a pussy.
I mean, maybe he will now. He'll find some nice lesbian or something.
Loser. And then he's continuously telling us that, yo, this is a personal thing. It's not about whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he got it on every goddamn fucking... It's everywhere.
He does. They were just saying...
Like LA News.
Caitlyn Jenner beat Obama to 1 million followers. She set the world record, the quickest person to 1 million followers. In 4 hours, she got 1 million followers. That was until yesterday when SR Show SXM launched the Twitter account for this show. SR Show SXM, the fastest Twitter account to ever hit 650 followers. So that's huge.
We're dying this year. We're all gonna die.
The human race?
Because the Russians are creating these bombs. They're like, we're too busy worried
about Bruce Jenner,
his dick
and his genitals, his genitals.
Genitals are gone.
Well, if he's not just going to cut his dick off. He'd have a vagina. He's got to have some kind of genitals.
Or maybe he's like the alien. Huh?
You think so? Just a eunuch now? They did say Kevin Undergaro called up here on Monday and said he wondered and he thinks it's a little far-fetched, but he wondered if he was calling himself Caitlyn with a C to take another shot at the Kardashian family, not taking on that K.
God.
And there's actually an article that came out today that it was indeed to further separate himself from the Kardashians, although he's getting a reality show on E!
We've had the Kardashian mom on the show before, right?
Yeah, we had her on this show when we first started doing Fridays, and I asked her, is Bruce Jenner transitioning?
Fucking lied.
She said, not as far as I know. She totally knew, because he said that the family had met Caitlyn before. Let's go to Chris the teacher and see what he's up to. Whoo Kid, Chris the teacher has been calling in every day, all week long, and saying that he has not been going to work because he wants to hear the show. Chris the teacher, are you there?
Yeah, baby, I'm home.
You're not at work still.
Damn.
No, 3 days.
Good. Leave the kids behind. No child left behind. How about this? All children left behind for Sam Roberts' show.
Got to get a doctor's note now, though. That's the only problem. Or else I face disciplinary action. Yo, Whoo Kid, you're there pretty early for like a minority. Usually
I know,
that's pretty
man.
late.
I'm supposed to be like you right now.
Whoo Kid, you could be offended by that statement. Instead, you agreed with it.
I mean, no, I'm not.
Bro, your Twitter is awesome. By the way,
thank you, sir.
Whoo Kid, your Twitter is fucking awesome.
You know what's funny? I was talking about you with Katie Linendahl, who does this show all the time. It's just
Me?
Not you. Goodbye, Chris the teacher. 866-969-1969 if you want to call Sam Roberts Show right now. I was talking to Katie Linendahl about you. She does this show all the time. You do this show all the time, but your paths have not crossed yet.
Oh, wow.
And she goes, oh, yeah, I looked him up. She's like on the Today Show. She's very kind of clean cut.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, oh, yeah, I saw his photo on your Instagram, so I looked him up over the weekend. I was like, oh, yeah. And she was like, yeah, it was enough. I saw his Instagram. That was enough for me. She wasn't ready for the trap gods. She was like, yeah, it was fine. I went through a couple pictures. It was enough. It was enough.
Let's set it up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm absolutely going to introduce you to, but I want to play for you, Whoo Kid.
Oh, for real?
Leave those headphones on. I want to play for you the preview. This just came out.
Oh, wow.
Caitlyn Jenner's new reality show. Yeah, listen.
Oh, God.
It is obvious that he has a professional makeup artist, because like I said, Caitlyn Jenner, for a 65-year-old woman...
He needs a professional.
65-year-old woman is a good-looking woman. You can't tell me, Caitlyn Jenner, if you didn't know that... First of all, I don't think you did know that was Bruce Jenner when you saw that photo.
Fucking nut.
It doesn't look like Bruce Jenner.
I thought it was the bitch from Friends.
Jennifer Aniston?
She got mad old.
What happened?
Bitch got old. And you know what it is? I have like so many gay friends.
Yeah.
And then they've been through so much BS.
Yeah.
Coming out.
Yeah.
This is too complex. It's just like some gay people are kind of pissed off at it. It's just like this guy's getting promo.
But isn't it a good thing for gay people? Because
it's kind of good, but
it just makes people more accepting.
It's the way they're going about it, though. It's just like this guy's representing like transgenders, gays.
Yeah, I mean he is.
And like my son called me and thought it was like, yo, what's going on here, Dad? This is normal.
How old is your son?
He's 14.
And does he know the transgender world? At 14, he must kind of. It's a different world that we're living in.
It is a different world. In high school, they have crews, they have gay crews. I mean,
they have trans crews yet?
I don't know about the trans part. We had that in high school. We made fun of them, but
right. Well, that's the problem. You were the people who were making their lives difficult.
But you know, they always say you're born like that. But I think he's just mentally a cuckoo bird. Like he's 65.
Yeah, but do you think all trans people are cuckoo birds?
I don't think all trans people are cuckoo birds.
Just older trans people.
They just want to do something different. But when you're 65,
right,
you've been through it all. You got like 10 kids. He's kind of like he's black. He has like 10 kids.
He does have a lot of kids.
Yeah, he has a lot of kids.
And he's got Olympic gold medals, which is another kind of, to be that good of an athlete is a little black as well.
Yes, and very manly.
Very manly.
He won the damn gold. Right. Not to mention, he was on the cereal box that I used to always cherish. That's my
Wheaties.
Era. Yeah.
Wheaties. So, well, I said on Monday he needs to get back on that Wheaties box if Wheaties wants to sell some flakes. Like, you wouldn't buy that, but I would buy it.
I'm not getting that fucking box.
I just saw a tweet. This is also breaking news. We got a new thing. Breaking news. Breaking news on Sam Roberts Show. That's right.
News,
breaking news.
Do it again.
Okay, look. Monday, the breaking news was Caitlyn Jenner on the cover of Vanity Fair. Tuesday, the breaking news was the president of FIFA stepping down. Wednesday, more breaking news, always on Sam Roberts Show.
Do it again. Oh, shit.
And the breaking news is, this is really on Twitter, Dennis Rodman is trying to jump on this bandwagon.
Come on, man.
Dennis Rodman says he wants to go on a date with Caitlyn Jenner.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I kid you not. That is breaking news. Dennis Rodman quoted saying he wants to go on a date, and that sounds like a shitty joke from like 1999 or something. Hey guys, I just heard Dennis Rodman wants to go on a date with her. No, this is real.
But it's fucked up. Like, he actually never went the feminine route, but he's been dressing like
well, there's a
female.
difference.
He married himself.
He did. He married himself at a book signing.
Yeah.
He showed up in a wedding dress with the wig on and everything. Because I think Dennis Rodman, that's the difference. Okay, everybody says, you know, people are just doing it for attention. What is it real? What is it fake? Bruce Jenner is an actual trans person, I think. Dennis Rodman is just a guy who likes attention. He doesn't want to fucking date Caitlyn Jenner. He just wants people to talk about him again. He wants the breaking news to be about him.
New shit.
He's just looking for attention. He's not a trans person. He's just a confused individual who needs people talking about him.
But please admit that he could be 10% a cuckoo bird.
Dennis Rodman?
No.
Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, 10%.
I don't know. I don't think he's a cuckoo bird.
How can you not think that?
Because I think he's just a guy.
He went crazy. It's just like somebody getting Alzheimer's. He don't remember shit. He's 65. They're letting him do him.
You think he just woke up?
I think he's a bitch now.
You think he just woke up one day confused?
He don't know what he is.
He gets lost. He thinks he's a woman.
He ain't fucking his wife anymore.
Well, no. He's not married to her anymore, is he? I think him and Kris Jenner are separated, divorced.
I would fuck the shit out of Kris Jenner.
Well, I would fuck the shit out of Caitlyn Jenner.
I wouldn't fuck.
All right, well, that's your prerogative. No, I don't think...
It's definitely your prerogative.
I think he's a guy who, at 65, realized... Well, he didn't realize he wanted to make the transition. I think he wanted to make the transition like 30 years ago.
I think he's the biggest hoax ever, and I think he's a cuckoo bird.
You think he's a hoax?
I think he's just doing
You think this is a ruse?
I think this is all a joke.
So you think he's rumpusing?
There's children dying in Africa. There's nuclear weapons being bought at this moment. But no, United States of America would rather watch some cuckoo bird who's 65 wearing a fucking gold dress and acting like it's courageous.
Well, not only they act like it's courageous, but
fuck out of here.
The ESPYs. I don't know if this counts as breaking news. This broke last night.
White people are crazy.
This is true. You know, the ESPN Awards or the ESPY Awards. Drake hosts them usually. July 15th is the ESPY Awards, and Caitlyn Jenner is going to receive a Courage Award at the ESPYs this year.
Courage of what? Wearing a fucking glitter dress?
No, here's what the courage is, DJ Whoo Kid. Courage to follow her dreams, even though there are people like you.
He's 65. He's not 20.
He couldn't have done it when he was 20, though.
He's not 30.
In the 70s, you know how dumb that shit would have looked in the 70s?
That's his fucking problem, being raised in the 70s. This is fucking 2015. You're supposed to do this when you're young now.
Yeah, but guess what?
I don't give a fuck.
You know what you're also supposed to do when you're young?
What?
Take fucking selfies and have plastic surgery.
It's okay now.
But you could tell that to Kris Jenner. You know what? You could tell Kanye West's mom that maybe she didn't need a fucking tummy tuck at 65 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe she'd still be breathing.
I know.
But people make these decisions. You think Kris Jenner's a cuckoo bird?
Those are normal.
Well, how is that normal?
This thing is not normal. It's I don't even know how to talk to my kid. What am I going to tell my kid? I'm not going to say he's a
What am I supposed to do?
What am I going to tell my kid?
What am I supposed to do?
This is normal?
You're supposed to tell your kid that people were born this way.
I'm not supposed to do that.
Play some Lady Gaga music for him.
No, he's supposed to go to school and just study and worry about fucking life.
You know what your problem is, Whoo Kid?
Not some fucking guy in a gold dress that's on every fucking news channel.
You walk around and you got your flat...
And I'm a nigga.
You are. No, you're pretending to be. You wear your flat-brimmed hat.
Yeah, I'm pretending it.
You got your Jordans on.
Yeah. Your shit's is expensive.
Yeah, very expensive sneakers.
Yeah.
Your top-of-the-line jeans. Yeah. And you're just trying to disguise the fact that you are an old white man trapped in a black man's body.
That's why I'm going this route.
You know, when I was your age, this was not acceptable.
Yeah, the 70s okay, but now it's accepted, it's cool, and you can't fuck with little kids. This guy is 65.
What do you mean he's fucking with little kids?
I mean, I'm talking about little kids that have issues now. It's good to, like, you know, give them the courage. They got to be who they got to be.
Oh, so you're saying that...
But not this guy.
You're saying...
No, I don't care. Not this guy.
You're saying that if you're a kid now who's going through some shit, you got their back.
I have their back all day.
But if you're an older person,
I have like tons of gay friends. All my friends, like probably all my friends are gay. But
I mean, we're friends, and guess what?
You're gay too.
I'm not gay. However, I appreciate everybody. I made the announcement on yesterday's show that I am transitioning into a wombat. Because that's I feel like my soul was meant to be a wombat, and I do hope that people follow my journey here on Sam Roberts Show into wombatdom and realize that that's who I was meant to be. Now, I'm 31, and it's 2015. Is it early enough for me to tell you that I want to be a wombat? Are you cool with that?
I'm cool.
So you're cool knowing your friend, Sam Roberts. You know me now.
You're not going to die next week. He's 65. Who gives a fuck?
Oh, you're saying...
He's 65.
That if he's 65, he should be like, well...
Holy shit.
What do I got, 5 years left as a woman?
He's supposed to be fucking squeezing the shit out of his grandkids.
Right.
Going on trips. You got so much money. Why are you worried about showing us this?
He doesn't feel fulfilled as a person.
If anything, he should have did this privately and then just lived his life. He has money. If you have money to do that, you have money to do it on your own.
And speaking of do it privately...
Why do you need to tell me this?
As we said, we'll play it again a little bit. The preview for the show, I Am Kate.
So many people go through life and they never deal with their own issues. No matter what the issues are. Ours happen to be gender identity.
So this is a preview for his reality show. And I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
I was arguing my case. And I was talking about this, and I was looking at his photo and being like, he is a good-looking 65-year-old woman. If I were to fuck a 65-year-old woman, he would be in the running. For sure. Caitlyn...
all right, I'm not going to lie on the photos. All right, yeah, they look cool.
But I'm going to tell you this. That trailer is the first time that hot 65-year-old woman, the voice came out of her, and there's no fucking doubt that that is Bruce Jenner's voice.
Yeah.
Like, you look at the photo, and you're like, is Bruce Jenner in there? And then he starts talking.
Yeah,
you're like, yep, there he is.
Because what did I say earlier? I threw up when I was having yogurt and I saw his lips.
Oh, it's the lips. That's what makes that sound.
I don't even like women doing that.
We're all dealing with gender identity.
Like,
he kind of sounds like Larry Flint when he talks.
Enjoy your fucking lips, people. Like, if you don't have any, enjoy the fact that that's what God gave you. You ain't got no lips.
These aren't the lips. These aren't the lips that I was really made to be born with. I really feel more comfortable with some injections in them. Whoa. What happened to the lady I was looking at? You look like Jessica Lange a minute ago.
It's like he's waiting for skateboarders to jump off his fucking mouth. Fucking loser.
My lips are half pipes.
He's a nut. I don't care what anybody say.
Listen.
He's a fucking nut.
I don't think he's crazy. I think he's got to do something about the voice. Because he does not... He looks like Jessica Lange. He doesn't sound like Jessica Lange. From American Horror Story. Would you fuck Jessica Lange from American Horror Story?
No.
Okay, well, then
I'll punch your face.
You will. Let's go to James in Maryland. If you want to call the show, 866-969-1969. We go to James. What's up, pal? Welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
Hey, thank you. I was just going to let DJ Whoo Kid know. He said earlier he thought that white people were crazy because, Bruce Jenner's Cuckoo Bird and all that. I just want to remind him, look, if you go to Craigslist or you go to Backpage and talk to Jimmy Norton, there's a lot of niggas out there that too.
Yeah, you know what?
You know what? He's right.
Yeah, he is right.
But those are normal circumstances.
What do you mean?
Like, these people are selling their body. They're
That's normal?
Yeah, because they're doing something to make money and they're dressing weird. Like,
You've been listening to that Usher song too much.
I could accept that.
You're saying, Shorty, I don't mind if you dance on a pole. It don't make you a hoe.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Shorty, I don't mind if you're working till 3.
Like, all right.
If you're leaving with me,
yes,
go and get that money.
Exactly.
That money.
Like a pimp. But you see, those are like, come on, it's like 1 + 1 = 2. Those are normal circumstances. If my son asks me about that, I can explain that. I can't explain Bruce Jenner.
So what if your
I can't explain my son what the hell is going on?
What if your son at 14 said, I'm trans, I'm a chick?
Then he's good. You're young. Good. It's 2015. I accept him.
What's the age? What's the trans cutoff?
60 fucking years old.
60. Fuck, he missed it by 5 years.
He's fucked.
God damn it. I was right there.
I don't know, man. You know what? I honestly don't give a fuck. I am going on tour. I'm fucking bitches.
Right. You got a whole thing going on.
The only thing I'm annoyed with is it's everywhere. It's on the news.
It is
TV.
everywhere.
You can't even escape it.
No.
So a nigga like me who don't care.
Right.
I have no choice but to see it.
They're forcing you to care.
Like I'm like I'm just watching Netflix now.
Right.
I can't fucking take it.
No, you're putting your Twilight movies back
his
on.
Lips, I probably would accept it, but his lips drive me crazy.
His lips you don't like.
Disgusting.
Yeah, you're left to do nothing but sit there and watch Taylor Lautner with his shirt off for a little while longer.
He's a hunk. I want to be like him.
866-969-1969 to call up Sam Roberts Show and talk to yours truly, as well as DJ Whoo Kid. Let's talk to Ryan in Detroit. Welcome to the show, Ryan.
How you doing? About 12 years ago, I worked with a guy who was turned into one. Mm-hmm. And what was weird was...
How old was the guy?
He was mid-40s.
Okay. That's okay by you, Whoo Kid. 40s.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
But here's what was really weird about it. It was an auto shop. He worked in the back, and his wife worked in the office.
Yeah.
So we fired this motherfucker. He came back. We fired him as a man. He came back with tits, makeup, and hair.
Did he? Is it because you fired him?
No, I don't. It was a small hick town, but they made him. They made him go through some psychological therapy and testing for over a year before he could change his name legally.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
It's so fucked up. And you know, it never bothered me because I always had this feeling there was something fucking really weird with this motherfucker.
Mm.
But the only thing that ever bothered me really was when he would talk about sucking dick in front of me. Like, man, we got to calm this shit the fuck down. Because you can do whatever you want. I don't care. But I don't want to hear about you fucking blowing some dude, because that's just fucking disgusting.
I mean, I guess I can respect that. Everybody gets their point of view. I don't want to hear about a man giving me details. I don't know why a man would insist on doing that. Like, who could? If you were gay, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But if you came in and said, "Oh, Sam, I got to tell you about this cock I was sucking last night," I go, "Who kid? Like, relax. Why? Why are you telling me all this?" But
if I'm gay, it's normal.
It's normal to do it, but it's not normal to give me every detail. Like I'm interested.
Maybe that guy was gay. He just went all out. He dressed crazy.
Right. He was having a good time. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, I'm not expert in the gay area, but if you're gay,
you're pretty well versed.
You're supposed to be like, I mean, if you're gay, you're supposed to dress like you, like Sam.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, you dress like a gay person.
Well, I guess if that means I'm stereotypically fashionable, then I'll accept it.
I mean, you could be gay.
Who knows? Who knows? Okay. I got a long life ahead of me.
60.
Z in Atlanta.
Can we all agree that this is the biggest case of post-Olympic blues being carried out for 10 years?
Hell fucking yeah.
He's crazy.
Yo, am I really that crazy to assume that he's crazy?
But didn't he say on the interview that even when he was in the Olympics, I think the Olympics.
So what are you gonna believe everything he's saying? Like he's really what is he, like God's gift to fucking the planet? Like he's not lying.
Here's what I think.
He's a Kardashian.
I don't think
he's not even a Jenner. He's a Kardashian.
He's a Jenner. God damn it!
You know, goddamn Jenner.
First of all, I think that he did the Olympics to over-masculinize where he was psychologically, meaning he did not get post-Olympic blues and turn into a trans person. He was a trans person, and he didn't know how to deal with it, so he started becoming a great athlete. He was trying to over-masculinize himself.
He was like a hunk.
He was a hunk, and if there's one thing Whoo Kid loves,
it's hunks.
It's hunks.
I mean, I want to be a hunk.
You do.
I don't want a hunk.
But you look at hunks like role models.
Usually men look at other men.
So that's why you're mad.
No, I'm not mad because of that. Usually men look at other men because they either want to be like that guy, or they want to act like that guy, or they respect what that guy's done, like everything he's done.
That's why I got all those looks. I walk down the street and people are like, damn, that's really primetime Sam Roberts.
Yeah, like when I see you, same thing.
Right.
You know, if you see George Clooney, You see he's an attractive guy. He gets all the bitches, incredible movies.
But then he gets married, and you go, that you have the same reaction that you're having right now.
No, I'm not mad. He's getting married.
Maybe I see where you're coming from. I was.
No.
He's like, what are you doing, George? That's what I thought. I thought George had lost his mind. I thought the way you think Bruce Jenner's crazy, I thought George Clooney was crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy, right? He lost like $100 million.
Right, that's the way you see it. It's just, that's a terrible investment, George. What are you doing?
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's usually how I see other men that I either, I admire or I want to be like. Not in the gay form, but this guy's it's just too complex for me to try to comprehend that this guy is normal.
Well, it's the same brain as a young person, but now he's older. He couldn't do it when he was younger.
You can't believe the media. You're worse.
Is that what's happening?
What are you, in the Matrix? You gonna believe everything the fucking media throws at you?
I took the red pill.
Obama's a fucking liar.
He is? But listen, how can you deny this man?
Jesus Christ.
Who can do a wild rumpus? That's some good rumpusing.
You mean to tell me I can't take that man seriously?
Fucking liar, man.
You mean to tell me...
Hey, you over here worried about me getting...
rumpus?
Fuck you.
That's some good rumpusing.
It is some good rumpusing, Obama. That's why he's the president.
You're the fucking worst. That's crazy. You worried about me getting abducted. You want to believe that I got abducted by a fucking dickless alien.
Right.
You want to believe in Bruce Jenner's bullshit story?
What's bullshit about it?
17 million fucking idiots saw this dickhead.
Yeah.
And come on, it's a fucking parade. It's a joke.
Well... maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe it's my naivete coming through.
It's a joke.
We got a lot to talk about today. Lloyd Kaufman's coming in a few. DJ Whoo Kid is sticking around.
I'm going to wear a dress on tomorrow's show.
You are?
Come here as a fucking widow for you. And then you're going to tell me, oh, Whoo Kid, you're so fucking courageous. A lot of courage. I'm glad you did it. You see him wearing high heels? Get the fuck out of here.
I did see him
Why is he wearing high heels?
That's what he's comfortable in.
It's disgusting. His legs ain't even cute.
Whoo Kid, you...
He has veins on his... Yo, bro, I checked everything.
Well, you know what?
Disgusting, baby.
That's what Brooke...
What courage is there?
What do you think Brooke Hogan's going to look like when she's 65?
I'll fuck her in the ass.
You will, right?
I will fuck the shit out of her.
God damn you, DJ Whoo Kid. You are...
Hogan.
You are a horrible human being. Horrible.
Fuck out of here. I'm a human being.
Listen, we got a lot to talk about with that. I want to talk about why I'm exhausted today. I was about to get into that, but we got into all this Caitlyn Jenner stuff.
Oh, you were fucking like crazy this morning?
No, I wish.
But of course not.
And
what a loser.
Who Kid? First of all, I'm not a loser. How dare you? And second of all, I want your opinion on Chet Hayes.
Oh, shit.
I want your opinion on Chet Hayes for sure.
My best friend?
We'll get into all that when we continue here on Sam Roberts Show.
Boy.
If you go to notsam.com, you can see recaps of every show, or youtube.com/notsam, and you can see a little video clip. Paul Feig was on the show yesterday, and he was talking about the Ghostbusters reboot that he's doing.
Oh, wow.
So that video is already up online. You can also find the... clip of Maria Menounos calling in on Monday to congratulate me on the new show. All that stuff at notsam.com.
Oh, isn't that cute?
It's very cute. Check it out. If you're just joining us, Whoo Kid is under the impression that the Olympics made Bruce Jenner crazy, and I'm under the impression that Bruce Jenner entered the Olympics because he already had his own issues going on. However,
he still looks like Courtney Cox.
That aside, let's go to the phones again. 866. Jesus, your phone's loud. 866-969-1969.
Parachuting?
Sean.
Like parachuting or something.
Are you on a helicopter?
No. I just actually wanted your guys' opinion on the allegations of hate speech to Action Bronson in Toronto last week. His concert got canceled because of the brunch video and consensual rape he released in 2011.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I mean, 2011. Action Bronson is just kind of a goofball, isn't he? I mean, he's been on the show.
Jokester.
He's a jokester.
Yeah.
That's the thing about rap, is that it's very difficult to come down on rappers with language policing or thought policing or whatever it is.
I never understood that. It's like when a rapper raps about something, it's like supposed to be true, but when a rock star is eating rats and spitting blood and
Yeah.
raping like little girls.
Okay, I don't know
night.
if anybody. I think if any rock star raped girls every night, I think there would actually be some backlash.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
But all right, I'm exaggerating. But
It does say here that basically it was misogyny. The petition to ban Action Bronson is about misogyny, not censorship. And look, there are a lot. This sounds a lot.
Somebody was getting a massage.
Misogyny is when people act out against women. It's a big SAT word.
It's a big ass word.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck with me with that.
I don't like that. This whole thing, to say Action Bronson has misogynistic lyrics, you're just ignoring every black rapper that's ever been. You're finding the one white guy thinking, oh, he's not a gangster, he's white. I'm going to accuse him of misogyny, but every black guy who's ever said anything horrible about bitches and hoes, just let it go. Let it go.
Snoop Dogg went through hell with the bitch thing, so.
Yeah, and then he stopped saying it, and then he stopped smoking weed, and then he was like, you know what?
Bitch. He said, biatch.
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's in a term of endearment.
Oh, yeah.
Chet Hayes is amazing. Chet Hayes.
That's my boy.
Is he's Tom Hanks' son. Is he not? Who Kid?
He's an Illuminati seed.
But he's a rapper.
No, he came out of Illuminati's person's dick.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's Tom Hanks. He's a national treasure, as has been discussed many, many times. But Tom Hanks...
Da Vinci Code, baby.
That's right, it's Da Vinci Code, baby. Tom Hanks has 2 kids. One of them is Colin Hanks, who we know. He's been in a bunch of movies and stuff. And the other is Chet Hayes.
He's just touring for nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do this.
He was overseas chilling. That's my boy, though.
He's kind of set. Has he done your show before?
Countless times. He's my homeboy. He hangs with me.
He's not really taken seriously in hip-hop. I mean, you take him seriously because you think he'll, like, introduce you to his dad.
No.
But he's not really, like, taken seriously in hip-hop, is he?
He's my boy.
Okay, exactly. So he's in a lot of trouble because obviously he is a white person. Tom Hanks did not give birth to a black child. He is a white person. He doesn't really look that much like Tom Hanks. Does he? I mean, I don't really see it.
Colin probably does.
Colin Hanks looks more like him, but Chet Hayes, a.k.a.
looks like the moms.
Yeah, he looks more like what's-her-face?
The moms.
Tom Hanks' wife. But he went out on his Instagram, and he has one of his black friends. And on his Instagram, he used the N-word with the A.
Oh, yeah.
Which, Who Kid, is, what word is that?
Nigga.
That's right. He used that word to describe his black friend, as Who Kid smacks the mic on himself. And then he wanted to talk to his haters.
Who's that?
Chet Hayes did. And so he wrote, fuck y'all hating ass niggas.
Oh, okay.
On his Instagram. And he's getting a lot of backlash for using that N-word. And he made a video describing exactly why it was okay for him to do that. You want to hear this, Who Kid?
Yeah, no, that's my boy.
Okay, this is Chet Hayes, Tom Hanks' son, who likes to throw that N-word around.
Look, I know the majority of y'all are not going to get this because the history is still so fresh in our country. But hip-hop...
What is it about people like Chet Hayes that don't realize that all you can do is shut your mouth? There is nothing that a white person can say that will educate anybody on hip-hop culture, the history of black people in America. No white person has ever sounded good describing that. It's either groveling, or it's incorrect, or it's racist.
You're right.
Am I right? Like if I said, you guys need to understand, I'd throw around some words that could be construed as racist, but I'm friends with DJ Whoo Kid. And he told me it was okay. Do you think Cornel West would be okay with me using racial language if he found out that you, DJ Whoo Kid, had given me the pass?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? What about Mark Lamont Hill from CNN? If I said, no, Mr. Lamont Hill, you don't understand. I'm friends with DJ Whoo Kid, who's friends with Chet Hayes. This has all been cleared. No. Whether it's right or wrong, it's just the realization of what we're living in. Especially if your dad is Tom Hanks. If Chet Hayes comes up, man, I don't care how much you blacken up your voice. Man, y'all don't know the struggle. Oh, Tom Hanks' son. I guess we don't know the struggle.
Look, I know the majority of y'all are not going to get this.
Y'all.
Because the history is still so fresh in our country. But hip-hop isn't about race. It's about the culture you identify with. And can't no one tell me what I can't say.
Is that true, Whoo Kid? Is that what hip-hop is about?
That's my boy.
Yeah, that's your boy. Can no one tell him? Where did he learn how to speak like that? Can no one tell me?
I mean, I never admitted this, but I've been trying to change him back to the whiteness for years.
Isn't that where the money is? Isn't it if he came out and he spoke like Tom Hanks, but then put out rap songs, wouldn't people be like, what the fuck? This is mind-blowing. This is like Caitlyn Jenner. It's a dual personality.
You know, I've been trying to make him white for a long time.
I mean, I've been trying to make you white for a long time, and it's starting to take effect, I feel like.
Yeah, I am white.
It is. It's starting to get there. You're figuring out all of this.
I understand.
866-969-1969 is the phone number to call Sam Roberts Show. I can't believe that Chet Hayes would be like, you know what? I'm going to make an Instagram video and clear all this up. And not think to himself, guess what? I'm Tom Hanks's kid. There's a price that comes with that. Lots of rewards. You know, you get to watch Toy Story as many times as you want. They just send him DVDs. It's no problem.
Fucking yeah.
He gets to chill out in the apartment from the movie Big every single day if he wants to. Just fucking jumping on that tiny little trampoline, sleeping on a bunk bed.
No, the Ferrari bed.
Getting in the Ferrari bed. It's not a problem for Chet Hayes, but the one problem is that he can't go out there and explain to the people, anybody who doesn't know, allow me, Tom Hanks Jr., Chet Hayes, to explain to you what hip-hop culture is all about. It just can't happen. It doesn't matter how many books he reads. It doesn't matter how many times he's watched Ice-T's documentary.
I don't know what it is, man. If Tom Hanks was, I wish Tom Hanks was my dad.
If Tom Hanks was your dad, would you be doing any of this rap nonsense?
I wouldn't be doing this shit right here. I wouldn't even be talking to you.
866-969-1969 to call Sam Roberts Show. We'll go to Ken in Chicago.
Yo, am I on?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Whoo Kid.
What up?
I just wanted to say that, I'm really surprised that in 2015 we're still acting like white people are can't say the N-word for some reason. I'm wondering where white people came up with this theory that they're not allowed to say the N-word. I mean, like, look. And on top of that, when it comes to this rap stuff, I mean, like, white people bought rap music a long time ago. Like, the whole culture, that's their thing. This is their industry. They can say whatever they want. They have enough money to get a grown-ass man like DJ Whoo Kid to be called a nigger to his face, and then he'll say, oh, that's my boy. I don't even know why people are acting surprised. White people are allowed to kill black people unarmed, and you're surprised that a white boy is walking around saying nigger like he owns this place? Like, yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's this weird sort of thing because you just have to look at perception and reality, and neither one of them are great. But if you're living in the world of perception, then you can't say these words because they're offensive and blah blah blah, and it's complete bullshit because the words don't mean anything. So that's not good. The reality is, of course anybody can say these words because Ken in Chicago is right. And that's also shitty.
I mean, like, dude, white supremacy is in effect. We are living under it. These white people run things, and they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I'm glad you admit it.
Black people are playthings for the white man. Like, it's very clear. And I low-key think that this Bruce Jenner thing, they're low-key fucking with black people on this. Like, white people are way too calm and way too collected, and black people are freaking out. So I think that there's some fuckery going on.
Are you a white guy or black guy?
I'm black.
Oh, see, that's how you know. See, but you're sitting there going, I'm a black guy. You live in Chicago, first of all, so you see it firsthand. You're telling me,
dude, they're running a script here. I mean, like, they literally have black people singing songs about killing each other. And then they really do it here. I mean,
so you think this is a white propaganda machine that has created a culture?
You don't get on Vanity Fair. You don't get on Vanity Fair and strut your stuff on accident. I mean, like, I don't think that that's an accident. I think that there are people that work in concert that, agree, fuck these black people. We're going to confuse them.
Wait.
We're going to make a...
Yo, but I asked you earlier, do you really believe everything the media is hitting you with?
First of all, you didn't ask me anything. You asked me.
I asked you, nigga.
But, so Ken, I think Whoo Kid's agreeing with you. You think that the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing, you think this racism stuff is running so deep that white people are banding together and saying, you know what, if we put Caitlyn Jenner on the cover of this magazine and pay her all this attention, we're going to confuse some black people, and hopefully they'll start shooting each other again.
Okay, so I don't think that they actually put all those dots together right there. But I do think that, yeah, dude, white people are clearly operating under a code of conduct. They're clearly, okaying things and checking each other on what to say about stuff.
Dude, as a white person, it's like half a white person at least. I'm gonna tell you that maybe there is an inherent white secret code, but we white people, we don't even know what you guys are saying half the time. You want to talk about a secret code? You have your own language. Okay, I listen to rap music and have to go to a website so I can figure out what makes the songs cool.
Now me?
Yeah. White people have invented that. They invented the instant decoding machine. I mean, like white people were using on fleek like the week after it was invented. We used to be able to come up with stuff. They're monitoring us very closely.
No, it's not monitoring. I tell you, I believe that white people are not monitoring black people to get through to the secret code and get it deciphered. I think white people are like, God damn, do black people sound cool when they talk? We got to figure out what these words mean. That's what I'm thinking. I go on the internet and I go to Urban Dictionary and I'm like, God damn, how does Drake make these sentences sound so cool?
Well, he says nigga every 2 minutes.
Well, that's why I'm trying to figure out. I go to Urban Dictionary and I try to figure out what words I can say to replace that N-word and still sound cool. And so I tell everybody, hey, you see I got a daily show on Sirius XM. It's pretty on fleek right now.
I don't know.
Look, I think the end of this Bruce Jenner thing is they're coming after our kids. I think the end of it, I think that there's a very wealthy, very powerful white males that are working very hard to get pedophilia legalized.
What?
I think that this is just the next step. This is just
oh my God! I got to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so
he's going deep.
So you're telling me that the Caitlyn Jenner thing, part of it is because we want to make sexual proclivities okay, like we want to make it so that kind of weird sexual stuff that we didn't accept. Hang on. I'm trying to. Let me get to the end of it. We want to make it so that sexual stuff that we didn't necessarily okay before, we're okaying now, and that is to get to a point where rich white men can make it so that pedophilia is okay because they want black people to kill each other so they can have sex with their children.
No. I think you're a little confused as to what I'm saying.
I'm very paranoid.
Okay. All I'm saying is
I have curly hair and I don't want to be raped.
I'm saying that this whole, Caitlyn Jenner thing, a lot of the things that are going on, the eventual end is, rich white guys want the right and the A-OK, the thumbs up, to go ahead and go wherever they want in the world, including here in the United States, to pay a few shekels and to be able to do whatever they want with your kids. I mean, What
the fuck? I got to tell you something.
The cleanest thing we could say is they are sexually manipulating the kids out there. My kid don't know what's going on. He's not a guy wearing a dress. He's going all out. Like my son is like, yo, did he cut his dick off, Dad? What am I gonna say after that?
What am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do now?
We're eventually, 30 years from now, you're gonna see that, dude, these people are just gonna be parading around with little kids that they've purchased, and it's going to be A-OK, and it's going to be like, you can do whatever they want. They really are trying to bring back, the days of Bacchanalian Roman Empire and everything like that.
Here's my only issue.
You're a little too far, but
my only issue is that I came in and said, hey, you know, we've seen photos of Bruce Jenner in his current form, Caitlyn Jenner, he's a transgender person. And Whoo Kid said, that dude is fucking crazy. Then you call up Ken in Chicago and say, this is all a ploy so that white people can start touching kids again. And Whoo Kid says, you know what, this Ken brings up a great point. So Bruce Jenner's crazy, but Ken, Ken is just paying attention.
I don't know about the kid stuff, but they are sexually manipulating kids' minds out there. Like kids kids want to go to school and live regular lives.
And it's hitting black people extra hard.
Yeah, but that's because black people don't even, they get freaked out by David Blaine. Like, you know, black people just need to relax.
We don't have jobs. We watch TV all day. You gonna put this motherfucker on every channel? Fuck.
You think it's
niggas go get jobs now.
You think it's a shock that he's getting the Arthur Ashe Award? You think that it's a shock that he conveniently, announces his cosign from Kanye West and Barack Obama and declares himself a Republican? I'm not looking at this on some superficial like entertainment stuff. I really do think that this is part of a very sophisticated plan put in place by people that have specific goals. And Chet Hanks, he can say nigger all he wants and keep revealing himself and everything like that.
I mean, how easy? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and people like DJ Whoo Kid are paid enough to just co-sign it.
But how easy then? How easy is it?
He's my friend.
But your friend, your Hollywood friend.
Your friend.
How easy?
You're his nigger, by the way. Don't
Jesus Christ.
His nigger.
Whoo Kid.
I think he says nigga.
How easy is it? How easy is it, Ken, based on your theories, to manipulate black people then? It sounds like
it's very easy. I mean, like, dude,
I think black people can think for themselves. Don't you think that most black people can watch something on TV and realize I'm an intelligent human being, just like a white person or a Hispanic person or an Asian person, and sit there and say, we shall overcome, I cannot be manipulated in this way, I'm an intelligent, free-thinking human being?
Okay, think about it like this. All right, think about it like this. When Pharrell Williams was telling everybody else to be happy,
that's right.
He was saying to black people, young niggers, move that dope. And I mean,
what?
You think that's accident? You really think that that's you think that that's
conspiracy theorist, right?
My God! Listen, Ken, I'm gonna need you to stay in touch with this show, because obviously I don't fucking understand the subtext of what's going on right in front of my eyes.
White supremacy is the enemy. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
I mean, like, check out my website, alltheway100.com. ALL.
Okay, now how is that supposed to help anybody? The word is 100 is the word.
Yeah.
How is that? Aren't you part of the problem, Ken?
Well, fine. I have alltheway100.com. But
well, that's the one we should be. That's the one I'm going to co-sign, because I think black people can spell just as well as white people, unlike you, Ken.
I'm trying to add some flavor to it. God damn it!
All right, buddy. Thank you for the call.
Thanks for taking the call. You guys have a nice one, man.
I will always. I'm not going to have a nice one now. I'm scared of everything. Jason, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? What's up, Whoo Kid?
What up, man? I'm done.
Okay. I was with that guy for a minute, but he lost me. He completely lost me. But I do agree to some degree about the whole. I agree that it's about the dumbing down of morality in America in a way.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's dumbing down or if it's evolution. You could think of it as a way of dumbing down, but you could also say, you know what, we've realized that some people are born differently, some people think differently, and we need to evolve in the way of our thinking and just open this thing up. Accept people. Realize that, a person thinks this way, it's not gonna change the world. You could say in the 1950s that's letting black people drink at your water fountain was dumbing down morality. But you know what it was? It was evolving morality. Evolving! Whoo Kid. Vote for Sam Roberts!
Whatever.
That's right.
I think there's a large portion of us as Americans that are Christians that and that may be a demonized thing too, but it just doesn't seem right to me for us to be so accepting so quickly of something like this. It just seems, I agree with him that it seems like kind of a conspiracy
Live and let live, Jason. That's what Jesus would have wanted. Live and let live. There's no conspiracy.
Yo, I just cannot believe how you're going to believe everything this guy's saying.
Which guy?
Bruce.
I believe Ken instead of Bruce. Ken said Bruce is trying to bring back pedophilia. Let's go to John instead in Iowa. John, what's going on?
What's going on, Sam?
Not too much. I'm trying to figure things out for myself.
Well, good luck with that one.
Yeah, really. I'm very easily manipulated, obviously.
I mean, he did go a little too far with the conspiracy stuff. He did go a little too far.
Yeah, maybe a little. But I think you make a good point about the fact that most white people think that black people sound cool in their lyrics.
They do.
I think it's really just the fact that most white people want to find the perfect balance between they can be as black as they want and dress and talk as black as they want without getting shot by any cops or without getting beat up by any black people.
Yeah, you're right. We just want the good stuff. We don't want the thug label put on us, but we would like a, can we wear our pants a little baggier? Can we use some of the language, some of it? Like, you tell us where the line is before we get that thug label put on us. All the good stuff we'd like, all the getting shot for no reason stuff, you guys keep that for yourselves. You're 100% right, John. Let's go.
You just have to get right in the middle.
Yeah,
man. You can wear the gold teeth and you can wear everything else. Just don't.
Yeah, here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to put gold teeth in my mouth, but with the gold teeth in my mouth, I'm going to say, "Officer, is there a problem? What can I do to help you?" See, there's the balance.
Sit on the floor, motherfucker.
There's the balance. Thanks, buddy.
Are you angry that it's always like the energy goes to the whites? This Indian saying nigga, Puerto Rican saying nigga.
I don't know how Puerto Ricans have gotten away with it for so long, especially and yeah, those like the Asian rap people. I saw so many Chinese people drop that bombs.
The Chinese store, they be like, "Fuck you, nigga, no dark sauce, no more dark sauce for you, nigga."
Yeah, but that's because like the Chinese people and the Korean people, they implant themselves into the communities.
Oh, so they
own the stores and stuff like that, so they're part of the communities. White people, we just come if you see white people start to buy up land in black communities, that's what's it called? That's
gentrification.
Gentrification. That's not. That's not
amazing. You don't know that word. Fucking white bastard.
I'm pretending. I know goddamn well that word. It's my motto. I just yell at it. Gentrification.
Vote for Sam.
Yeah. Accept everybody and gentrify them. Ethan on Rhode Island.
Hey, Sam.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Ken in Chicago and Whoo Kid and everybody. I mean, let's just reestablish some sanity here.
Yes, please.
Aside from the crazy conspiracy theorists about whatever Chicago is all about, Bruce Jenner is not the only trans person in the world. He just happens to be a very famous one right now. There's a lot of people out there who are just.
You know what, Ethan?
They were born into.
You're 100% right.
Born into the right body.
Ethan is right.
Whatever technology is allowing them to kind of change in that way, but I mean, it's not a perversion of morality.
No.
It's not any of this kind of stuff. It's not even how can I explain this to my kids? It's easy.
No.
A lot of people, most of us are born in a way that we understand how we are associated with the sex that we were born with. Some people aren't that way. It may be like a continuum. So some people are different than everybody else. Those people now have the right, or if they have enough money, I guess, to try to change themselves into who they think they are.
Right, and it's not hurting anybody, so why not let them do it? And I'm going to tell you this. Thank you, Ethan. Ethan sparked a thought in my head.
Ethan is actually right. But
of course he's right.
It depends on who it is. No. I think Bruce is a nutcase.
And I'm going to tell you this.
And
if this Bruce Jenner thing, Caitlyn Jenner thing, is a white conspiracy, then DJ Whoo Kid, explain to me what Laverne Cox was doing on the cover of Time magazine. Black trans woman Laverne Cox was on the cover of Time magazine a year ago. A year ago!
How old was he?
Laverne Cox is probably in her 30s.
Thank you.
Oh, that's all it is.
Man, I'm old school, and I just feel America just accepts anything too easy. It's like everybody's scared to say shit.
Well,
why is nobody come on, nobody's saying nothing? There's no possibility that he could be a nut.
Of course, there's a possibility that anybody can be a nut, but I don't think he is a nut. I think he's just living his life.
And do that. And I really don't give a fuck about his life. I don't want to see it in my paper while I'm eating my fucking
Other
yogurt.
people do, though. I mean, people obviously care. They got the phone lines.
So you had your yogurt this morning with a little bit of nuts in there.
I put a little walnuts on my yogurt. Why not?
and you see this fucking newspaper.
And I go, oh my God, you know what? I say to myself, yogurt, walnuts, and courage, all for breakfast.
Courage.
It's inspiring, DJ Whoo Kid. It's goddamn inspiring.
It's just too fucking easy. Meanwhile, hey, there's nuclear weapons in Korea.
We're going to get off this Caitlyn Jenner thing, because speaking of inspiring, Lloyd Kaufman is coming on the show. Lloyd Kaufman has shaped a lot of childhoods.
That's the man right there.
He is the man. He's taught so many how to masturbate.
From the 50s.
Not from the 50s. He was like from the 80s.
Okay.
You know who his roommate was in college? Oliver Stone.
No, for real?
That's right. In Yale, I think.
Illuminati right here.
That is Illuminati. But he is an independent filmmaker, and he's been fiercely independent for 40 years, since 1975, I guess. 40 years. He's been fiercely independent.
Serious?
He made the Toxic Avenger series, Class of Nukem High series, Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD, Tromeo and Juliet. The list goes on and on.
The original Toxic Avenger?
The original Toxic Avenger. Yes.
Coming out the swamp and...
Yes. Not Swamp Thing, but Toxic Avenger.
He's still alive, God?
We're going to talk to him. After this, Whoo Kid sticking around. Lloyd Kaufman is on Sam Roberts' show. Don't you dare go away.
What?
DJ Whoo Kid makes sound effects when he's excited, because the great, infamous, legendary Lloyd Kaufman has entered the studio. Lloyd, how are you doing, man?
I'm okay. Tromaville is not too far from Shadyville, by the way.
I see, man. Hey, see?
We're in the bad section. Where the chop shops and the hookers are.
Of course, Lloyd.
And I have with me Mr. Zach Amico, my protege.
Yeah, so Zach.
Chilling.
Zach Amico, young man. He's a star of some of your films.
He's the associate director of Return to Nukem High Volumes 1 and Volumes 2.
What does that entail?
That entails helping a 70-year-old man direct a movie full of 19-year-old girls.
Exactly.
So you're the one who has to ask them to take their tits out.
I am one of those people that has to. I am one of the people that has that burden.
Wow, that must be tough. Is that tough? Is that a tough request? Like when you that's kind of something that people expect a little bit from a trauma
By the
film.
way, Zach and I both get naked in Volume 2 of Return to Nukem High.
Okay, again, I thought this was to promote the film. I don't know if that's.
I made that mistake. We're on. We have no money, so we're going on Kickstarter. And over the weekend, I said if we don't get up to 40,000 by Monday, I'm going to put up nude photos.
And how much you up to?
No, I did it the wrong way. I said if you get to 40,000, I'll put up nude photos of myself.
And how much you up to?
It went down.
Oh, it did. People took their money back.
I should have done it the other way.
Yeah,
but
there's
if we
nude
get up to
photos
100,000, I'm going to blow Zach Amico. If we get up to 100,000,
you will perform oral sex on Zach Amico if you get up to 100,000. Well, of course,
I would do it for free, actually.
All right. Well, you don't want to give it away.
See, these are all normal situations here.
That's how you make movies for 40 years.
I don't know. I don't know enough about Hollywood. I've been stuck in radio studios for the last 10 years, so I don't really know
You're
the movie
more creative
business.
than I am. Don't worry.
There were no drug dealers back then to get money to finance some of your movies.
Back then, there were some dentists who had to look in the mouths of smelly old women. They gave us a few bucks. The problem is the big media conglomerates control the market, so it's very hard for us to get to a public, and we want total freedom. So we don't want to get censored. So we've used our own money, and now our fans are helping us.
Well, like
Kickstarter.
And I like that in the Kickstarter video, of course, Lloyd Kaufman is responsible for Trauma Films, which, as I said before the break, all the Toxic Avenger movies, your most famous films, obviously, Toxie and everything, spawned a cartoon series. The Nukem High series is very, very famous, and that's the series that's been rebooted with Return to Nukem High. Whoo Kid, I should have taken you. I saw Return to Nukem High Volume 1. When did it come out? 2 years
2 years ago, yeah.
I saw that the way it should be seen in a theater,
right?
Sitting next to Lloyd Kaufman.
What?
And my favorite part of it is that after all these years, he's been making movies for 40 years. And Lloyd Kaufman is still sitting there in the theater giggling at his own fart jokes. He's still...
Does he react to like all the screaming or the action and everything? Like,
no, he's just giggling at the fart jokes.
No.
My favorite part...
You can never have too many. I've written 6 books, DJ Who, and may I call you DJ?
Yeah, of course.
Mr. Goldstein.
I got you too.
Fat plus fart equals funny. That's a rule of trauma production.
That's it. What's the fact?
And of course, Schopenhauer. What's that?
I meant the fat, as in the whole reason
FAT.
I'm in the movie is so that after I could work hard and act and do it, that they could lay fart sounds in every time I move.
Is that what happens?
Well, it's actually more fun to do it when you see Hillary Clinton put
just add in the fart sound effects
for people you don't expect it.
Right, they're just sliding out of her pantsuits. But this is the series that's being rebooted, Nukem High, with Return to Nukem High. Is that for Zach? For you to be part of it, did you grow up on Trauma?
Dude, it was everything. 12 years old, saw Toxic Avenger on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Decided the next day I wanted to be a filmmaker. Went to school for it. Became an intern, and I interned for Lloyd for 3.5 years, and then he let me take the reins on the new movie.
You sure know how to take advantage of free labor over there at Trauma, don't you, Lloyd Kaufman? 3.5 years
Nothing's
intern?
free in this world, buddy. Nothing.
That's really why he's going to blow me. It's back payment.
He owes you.
I've got lips like a woman.
Does Zach get killed in a lot of the movies?
Well, we don't want to be a spoiler in this one.
He's killed me a number of times. That was my initial request. I just wanted to die, and then I said,
By the way, speaking of early trauma people, James Gunn, who brought you Guardians of the Galaxy, wrote Tromeo and Juliet, a movie that I directed about in 1999, and I brought with me this amazing, beautiful DVD, a collectible DVD for DJ.
DJ Whoo Kid can have it.
Wow.
That's pretty incredible. Yeah, Tromeo and Juliet is one of the more famous trauma movies, and this guy who's now the #1 superhero movie director, he's mainstream though. How do you handle that? You talk about kind of fiercely being independent and wanting to be away from the mainstream. How do you feel when your children, when your Hollywood children end up in the mainstream instead of being kind of independent like you?
They know how to operate in the mainstream. James Gunn is the best guy in the world, and Guardians of the Galaxy is a masterpiece. It's terrific.
It's great.
It's emotionally right. It's sophisticated. It's
I don't even like superhero movies anymore.
No,
I'm
I can't
over
stand
them
that
completely.
crap. No, it's horrible. But his movie is terrific. That's a good one. Eli Roth is good. He started with us. A lot of people who started with us are great. They know how to work the mainstream and get what they want. I don't. I am a very unpleasant person.
I was about to say.
Soon we'll discern, and your fans will probably be shutting the radio or whatever. I don't even know how they have computers.
Oh, no, it's radio. It's radio and apps and everything. And if you want to call in and talk to Lloyd, by the way, it's 866-969-1969. That's 866-969-1969 to talk to
oh, no. I'm sorry.
Lloyd
That's my
Kaufman.
underwear. Oops,
Yeah, what are you walking around with your underwear for?
I always have to have a second pair. I'm almost 70 years old. Here's the Tromeo and Juliet for DJ Who.
DJ Whoo Kid's going to sell that on the one train in about 20 minutes.
No one will buy it, but although James Gunn makes it worth
Canal Street.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. It's in iambic pentameter, and
it's a lot of blood on it.
And you know what's interesting about our movies? You have a show, right, that goes 10 hours?
Yeah, I got like an 8-hour show, which is a nightmare.
On
Forest and Stars.
Well, it's 8 hours when he shows up on time, which has not happened yet.
Well, we've learned how to save money. We make movies that are only 80 minutes, but they seem like 8 hours. And that's one of the trauma systems of producing. Sacramento will tell you.
Well, that's what people don't realize. The reason the Return to Nukem High was divided up into 2 parts is because we couldn't take the 80 minutes. It's 45 minutes each. It feels like a full feature. That is kind of a big undertaking, though, for you to say, okay, I'm going to step back into the world of directing and everything. We need to go back to Nukem High, which is just a ridiculous concept. The concept of this movie is it's a high school next to a nuclear power plant, and then the nuclear stuff goes into the high school, and then the bullies turn into nuclear subhuman monsters that smash people's heads. And Lloyd Kaufman says to himself, this is not something I can cover in a single film. This needs to be 2 movies.
Well, interestingly enough, the idea was not mine. The idea was a vassal of a major devil-worshipping international media conglomerate who grew up with trauma movies. It was his idea to remake it. Stars is a vassal of Liberty, who were about to buy some giant other thing. He was his idea. It was that guy's idea.
The guy running Stars or whatever?
The guy running Stars, yeah. So, but
the movie channel.
Exactly. Yeah. And he let me direct it and have total freedom, but it had to be a very small budget.
So, wow. That's what was his interest in it? Did he just?
He was a fan.
He was a fan of Troma and was like, I'm in this ridiculous
But they're only
position.
distributing Volume 1. They're staying away from. It's a 2-part movie, DJ.
Yeah.
It's like Kill Bill, the way it was
Yes.
Kill Bill 1 and 2.
In fact, Tarantino was the one that stuck it in my brain. We were in Spain. We both had a movie in Sitges, and he suggested that I try to do something more ambitious, even though I'm in the underground.
Is smoking weed a factor in watching these movies? Or?
Yes.
It certainly doesn't hurt.
No, it's good.
Is it a different experience of me watching it normal, or should I really get high?
I try it.
I would get high
think,
for
our
you.
movies, they got subtext, right?
There's a lot of subtext to it, but I think either being 12 or high on drugs will make you really embrace what Troma is. But yeah, there's a lot of you can see where Lloyd leans politically in these things. You can see where he's going in terms of the planet, everything. But he does it in such a way where it's not preachy. There's titties and heads blowing up and stuff like that, so it works.
Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead.
You see?
It's an anti-fast food. I see you're in very good shape.
And see, that's the thing.
Fucking bitches.
That's your workout.
Oh yeah.
Fucking bitches.
I need to be in one of these movies.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I love fast food.
That's a terrible thing to say, bitches. How can you say that?
I'm in hip hop.
Oh my gosh, I'm so shocked. We say cunt in Tromaville.
That's rude.
No. Zach told me to say that.
Zach, don't pass him. No,
Cut is a horrible word.
See,
I'm sorry, DJ.
For me, I enjoy fast food. I eat fast food all the time. I watch like the documentaries, and I get mad at the filmmakers because I'm like, why are you trying to scare me into not doing what I like to do? But I watch Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. I enjoy every minute because it's a movie about a ghost chicken that kills things.
Well, it's also it's anti-fast food, and fast food is disgusting. And McDonald's are miserable. They moved in next to our little building and almost destroyed it. And we had rats the size of raccoons that immediately came in.
So you did not have rats in Tromaville before McDonald's moved in?
No, except when I used to go down to Blockbuster in Texas. There were rats there. We used to try to sell them our movies. The Blockbuster never took one Troma movie.
Is that right? The whole time Blockbuster was open?
No.
Because Troma, growing up, like Zach, you were just saying, finding these movies on VHS, that was the whole deal. Is like you'd go into a video store, and I guess it would have to be a mom and pop rental place or something, or your friend would have it, or it'd be a copy of a copy or something like that, and you'd stumble upon these movies. I can't believe that Blockbuster.
The franchises were owned by human beings, and they took it. They would take the Troma movies, but the corporate, it was owned by Viacom, who owned Paramount, who owned half the world. They refused any of our movies.
Why?
Wow.
Because
there were worse things.
The problem is the media is controlled by a small number of these conglomerates, and they want to own what they want to own everything, or they want to control it, and we're independent.
Is it easier or more difficult now?
Much more difficult. We're more famous thanks to the wonderful world of file sharing, and I'm happy with that. No problem.
You like it?
You bet.
So Absolutely. How do you make any money?
We don't. We don't. That's why I'm on Kickstarter.
Right.
This crazy man put 250 of his movies on YouTube for free. Like all of them.
You could buy movies on YouTube. You don't have to buy yours.
Just put them up. He's insane.
That's incredible.
Well, we've been around for 40 years, and we wanted to thank our fans who are young and poor.
Yeah, I just want to see. And that's also, it's smart, too, because, if you're, like, mine and Zach's age, you did the VHS experience where you find movies that way. Now, you got to find them online. It's one of those things where if you have to pay for everything, how are you supposed to stumble across anything?
Well, also, we're artists. As stupid as we are, nobody bought Van Gogh's... see how I say Van Gogh? Some people think it's Van Gogh, but I, being a Yale University graduate...
I was about to correct you.
I know how to say it. But his stuff, nobody sold it. Nobody bought it, rather. Nobody would buy his pictures. His brother, I think, bought one for $50 or something. And look at Van Gogh now. So we're like the Van Gogh of the underground, right, Zach Amico?
Yeah.
Absolutely, boss.
It's like Van Gogh.
Oh.
Right. No, it's just something that rhymes.
No wonder you've been cooped up in this room.
So, I also like because I've always had a kind of an issue with Kickstarter and crowdfunding stuff like that. I think it's just that I like when people I like do it, and when people I don't like do it, I get annoyed by it. I think that somebody like what's his face from Garden State,
Zach Braff.
I don't think Zach Braff needs to do a Kickstarter. I think he's doing fine, and I don't think but when you guys when you guys do it, it's obvious, like, dude, we're giving away our movies. We make no money. Like, Lloyd has to travel with the movie when it's in theaters. We got to find it somewhere.
I'm the Willie Loman of the movie business, DJ. But you know what's interesting is the mainstream guys, the guys making the St. Andreas Fault. They go to get money from the conglomerates, and then they have to make something that's kind of cookie cutter. Not that is. I'm sure that's a wonderful film. I haven't seen it.
I saw it, San Andreas, and it is literally. I was reciting the lines to the movie as I was in the theater before they happened.
No.
Yes, I mean, you talk about cookie cutter. It's well done. The earthquake looks real. Like, oh my God, is The Rock going to save her? Oh, thank God he did. But it was literally the same script that's been used probably 15 times in the past.
What?
But so the point is, the big guys go to somebody. Or they go to the dirty banks to get their money, right? The banks they should be in jail, most of them, right? Obama's constantly indicting them with good reason. So here we go to our fans for money. What's wrong with that? In fact, for 40 years, Michael Hers and I have been putting up our own money. Because no banks or anyone will touch it. I mean, because we're so idealistic and we want to have total freedom.
Where is the kick? Because
so there's nothing wrong with going to your fans. It's marketing consulting. We find out, does anybody want our movie out there? If you want it, we've shot Volume 2 of Return to Nukem High, so the risk is over. All we need money for sound design and for the color correction and Zach Amico's paycheck.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff.
It's finally getting one, though, maybe.
If the fans want it, this is a way to find out. It's market research, right? If we had Boston Consulting, right, one of those, we'd pay $200,000 to find out if somebody wanted a movie called Return to Nukem High Volume 2. We'd have to, that's what the majors do. They have those focus groups, right? They have tracking, and should we put in Lindsay Lohan, or should we put in so-and-so, what tracks better? We don't do any of that. Our fans tell us what to do, and they're right.
It's also very important that you brought up that you go to Kickstarter to get the full freedom to do whatever you want. And you can feel that. Like, people say that, but then they come out with something that you feel like you've seen before. And I think that's what makes your movies valuable, is that you watch them and you can tell these are guy or guys that put something that they're like, no, this is the way we want it to be. This is the way we know our fans like it, and we're not kind of kowtowing to anything.
That's a good point. And by the way, there's a wonderful film that was partly financed on Kickstarter called Kung Fury, and I think it's made by gamers.
Was it like a
I heard
karate joint?
your Red Dead Redemption. You did something with them, right? A while back.
Yeah,
that was very funny. It was great. It was terrific.
You heard that?
Lloyd Kaufman has done his homework.
It was funny. No, it was funny. It was genuinely funny. But these guys, check this out. Kung Fu Fury. I don't know why I'm plugging them. But,
don't.
But they're I think they're in Sweden or something. And if you watch the first few minutes of it, and if you're not pulled in by it, it's hilarious. And clearly they're gamers. It's wonderful. It's Kickstarter. Wouldn't be there without.
Where can people go to find your Kickstarter?
The easiest thing is go to any social media site, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we're hashtagging everything Save Nukem High. And that way it leads right to the Kickstarter. People link the Kickstarter right from there.
And if you go to youngnakedasianboys.com,
it'll be there too?
Yeah.
That's just in your book.
I used to be on in my book it was younghairlessasianguys.com. Now it's any young Asian boy, because I'm almost 70 years old.
You're not picky anymore.
I have to carry around an extra set of underwear.
If you go to SR Show SXM, that's our Twitter account, SR Show SXM on Twitter, you can see that we've got the link and everything posted there right now, so you can find it.
Thank you so
you
much.
never went the fashion route, like all the classic movies on T-shirts and stuff like you could make money off of that.
We can't even if we have T-shirts. The Troma has a store online. Troma shop.
You
Troma
should.
shop.
And Troma also is smart because they still understand make a badass poster, and people will see your movie and people will buy the poster.
Yes, we have artists. We do paintings of our posters. Not we, but we have artists who are pretty well known, who are fans, who help us out.
Put those headphones on, Lloyd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I'm going to take a call. 866-969-1969. DJ Whoo Kid, Zach Amico, and the legend Lloyd Kaufman in studio on Sam Roberts Show right now. We go to this one. We go to Mike in Delaware. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Sammy. Stunt Brain.
Hey, Stunt Brain.
Hey, Lloyd. I'm an alum. I'm a trauma alum from Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, and the trauma system.
I didn't know, Mike, that you were in Sergeant Kabuki Man. I'll tell you a couple things. Number one, Sergeant Kabuki Man is an amazing movie. But number two, Mike was the producer for Opie and Anthony for a while over at K-Rock, and now he's a huge part of The Blaze.
Wow, Mike.
Yeah, so he's very, very successful. Another very successful...
In spite of Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
Yes. So the plot, for those that don't know, the plot of Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD is there's a kind of bumbling police officer that goes to a kabuki show.
Get out of here.
A spell goes into his mouth, and he turns into somebody who is half cop, half kabuki warrior, who transforms throughout the movie. I
like it.
Yes.
Now, Sam and Mr. Mike, you should know that Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD now has a podcast just premiered, Kabuki Man's Cocktail Corner, and this week it premiered online.
You never stop.
It's on YouTube. It's a short podcast, and this year, this week it features Capricorn Smack, wonderful ensembles. Music. I don't know what you call them.
Lloyd, correct me if I'm wrong, but that won the Houston International Film Festival, did it not?
Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD?
Yeah.
Yeah, won a lot of film festivals. You bet.
This was a big movie, and if you missed Comedy Central's version of Trauma, the Trauma System, it's on YouTube too, with my most embarrassing performance on television to date. But I wanted to say good luck with this, Lloyd. I'll be joining the crowdfunding, but I want Sam to be some sort of victim in the new film. He's got to have his face melted like I did, or have some sort of primordial ooze covering him.
We keep trying to get him out to Tromaville to kill him for real, but no luck. We want to do a head squashing. We don't want to waste any money on cantaloupes. Thank you for that. This Trauma System was our infomercial. Yes, and it's hilarious. It was on Comedy Central a long time ago, but it's still online. That's very funny. And I remember, Mike, you were great. What's that?
It haunts me to date. The news team here is constantly bringing it up.
Well, you owe me, buddy. You owe me.
Thanks, pal.
Take care, guys.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite of your films?
Honestly, Return to Nukem High Volume 1 and Volume 2, I honestly think when they're put together as a kind of an epic, I think they will be my swan song. And it's all about a duck, too.
It is about a
swan song with a duck.
You know what my favorite
it's my duck song, I guess.
I was talking about this gag. It's the dumbest gag, and I was talking about it for weeks after watching this movie. You know what my favorite part of the Return to Nukem High Volume 1 was? You're holding a glass of milk in one hand and a phone in the other, and every time the phone rings, he picks up the milk like he's going to answer the phone and spills it all over himself. It's great every time.
Now that is direct to Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah.
Direct Laurel and Hardy.
Well, it works. It works.
Thank you.
When you're making movies now, because growing up, like, especially when I went to Syracuse and I was taking film classes and stuff, and I started to realize that everything Trauma was doing, number one, it was shot on film, and all the effects were in-camera effects, meaning you did things, you didn't put it into a computer and kind of animate it or do anything. Like you said, if somebody's head got squashed, you had to find a cheap way to do it, so you put a mannequin body in a cantaloupe and you squash it, and then red stuff goes everywhere.
Well, we wanted to squash real heads, but unfortunately we'd be
locked up.
I'd be giving my bitch in jail and have all my cigarette money.
Did you have trouble kind of transferring over, because the new Return to Nukem High obviously has some in-camera effects, but a lot of digital and CGI stuff too? Was that like a compromise for you?
Most of our we had some with Volume 2. We've got some really horrible CGI and After Effects. So, I think we did it. I think they're fun. I think we don't have the money to do what The Rock can do with Andreas Fault, but I think we've used that medium in a way to satirize it. So there's stuff in Volume 2 that I think the fans will enjoy, just because it makes fun of it.
Doesn't that make it classic though? If you're doing it in that direction?
Yes, well, our fans like the fact that we do practical special effects, and we haven't done 3D, and we haven't done we can't really.
You gotta explain a Lloyd Kaufman movie fan. Like, what kind of people are these people?
The fans?
Yeah, what kind of fans?
Just imagine me, but not as charming.
Well, boy. Actually, no,
damn, Zach.
That's not fair. Come on.
What's the wild? I mean, the fans are like, it's been 40 years.
Yeah, there are 3. We go to San Diego Comic-Con, or I'm heading out to Indianapolis to Indie Pop next weekend. And you'll see there's people my age. There are people who are teenagers. It used to be mainly young boys, which is what I like. But but in the last 10 years, we've gotten, I'd say it's about 60-40. Now we have about 40% who are gyno.
Does it blow your mind?
We don't say woman. That has the word man in it. And girl, of course, you know that's why we don't say bitch. We say gyno American.
Gyno American. Could you do that, Whoo Kid? Do you think you could actually maybe take that to some of your rapper friends?
I'll take it over there.
Gyno Brit, gyno African American.
Yeah, if it's
gyno LBGTQ, for example, which is one of the themes of Volume 2 of Return to Nukem High. Very heavy LBGTQ.
Get my gyno on.
Yeah, you got to get.
Look at that.
You got to get Caitlyn Jenner involved.
Trauma influence.
Shout out to all my gyno niggas out there.
You got to get Caitlyn Jenner involved. This is great timing for you to be doing an LGBT focused thing. This couldn't be better. You got the Transparent show that everybody's talking about. You know, Laverne Cox on Orange is the New Black. Now Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, this is all coming up roses for you.
Yeah. And I'm naked in the film too. He hasn't gotten naked.
No, he hasn't. And
I'm way ahead of her.
Are you tucking?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because the verdict's out on whether or not Caitlyn is tucking or went through the surgery. Nobody knows for sure.
Yeah. But now, Zach, you're naked in Return to Nukem High. You were the associate director, and you got totally naked. But you didn't tuck because you're.
No, I got calmed into that.
You're
pretty hard.
Did you really get naked in the movie?
Oh, absolutely. When I came into audition, I said I would get naked, and
you just offered it up.
His greedy little eyes lit up, and I had to go in for an audition. And then he saw my dick ring. He saw my Prince Albert, and he got so excited because he's had naked fat guys with little dicks, but he's never had one with a little pierced dick.
Right there.
And you should the light in his face, and we've never had one of those before.
Is that right?
And I knew I had the part.
Yeah, because you are a husky fella.
Certainly.
So what happens when you go in to get a Prince Albert done? Were you this size when you got your penis pierced?
Yeah, I'm 27 now. I got it when I was 18.
Okay, and you were big. You were big at 18.
Yeah.
You've always been a large individual.
By the way, Mr. Amico has a line in the movie which he wrote called "What's the Haps?"
Yeah,
which I think is a reference to Mr.
that
Sam
is a reference to you.
There's the evidence. Wow. Everybody calls up here and they go, "Oh, I heard What's the Haps on Entourage. You know, did you steal it from them?" I say, "No, they stole it from me." I heard Ice Cube say What's the Haps in the 1980s. Yeah, he stole it from me.
Radio
Thank
excellence.
God. For people like Zach Amico,
it was a tribute to an homage to Mr. Sam Rock.
And I will graciously accept that homage. Thank you.
Well, how about when we see movies that cost $200 million today that have stuff that we started 20 years ago?
Do you see that?
Yeah, look at the Scary Movie franchise. I mean, if that's not just trauma movies,
it really is
redone
with the bad effects
without
and
the political content, though.
Right. It's just the no. We're not going to waste time trying to think of a story or a script or anything.
Or have any substance. You know, it's just going to be.
Does that drive you guys crazy when people don't really pick up on the substance? Because trauma films are like, I mean, look, even when I was plugging your appearance and everything, I was like, for those of you that don't know, Trauma, you know, it was what Rhonda Shear played on USA Up All Night all the time, and it taught a lot of young boys how to masturbate for the very first time. I think it did.
Oh, I get that all the time, where a 13-year-old kid will come up to me at one of the comic book conventions. Mr. Kaufman, you know, the first time I jerked off was during the steam room scene in Toxic Avenger, you know, and the guy's sweating. And
Sometimes he hires them to associate directors' movies.
I don't remember playing with myself when I saw Toxic Avenger.
You didn't do that?
I'll probably touch my ass, but that's about it.
I don't know why you were touching your ass, but it was because these movies were so well done, especially if you saw them as a kid, because it had just the right amount of nudity, where you'd be sitting there knowing it was coming, and you'd be very excited throughout the whole movie. That's right. And you'd be very excited throughout the entire movie, just waiting, so that when you got your 10 seconds, it was all you needed. All you needed was 10 seconds.
As part of like this generation of kids that are working on trauma movies now, whenever we watch our old VHSs,
and
all the sex scenes are always worn out because you could tell we all used to rewind them and jerk off.
Rewind, and then pause at the right part. That's it.
But getting back to your point about the sophisticated stuff, Toxic Avenger Part 2, I had a joke about David Mamet, and I believe that New York Times gave it a good review because of that joke. And Poultry Guys, Night of the Chicken Dead, I put in some Walt Whitman at a great moment. I thought it was amazing. Gal says, I hear America singing during the middle of this crowd who just loves eating this greasy chicken, and the bad girl says, the bad gyno says, I hear America singing, and nobody got it. Nobody. At least maybe people got it. Nobody ever said to me, hey, that was a great use of Walt Whitman.
Does it drive you crazy when people don't get the more intelligent humor or the sort of subtext to what's going on, or is it sort of, if you get it, then it's in there for you, and if not?
No, what drives me crazy is I'm living in a refrigerator carton under the overpass of the highway, and some crack addict, some flakka addict now is eating my face off when I wake up. That's what drives me crazy.
Do the people who went through the trauma system, do they pay it forward? Like, is James Gunn being like, look, here's a swift million, I can afford it now?
Well, he put me in his movie.
I saw you were in the prison scene, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's put me in all his movies, James Gunn. He's the best.
He better give you a big fat paycheck with him. I mean, now he's not scratching and clawing like
he paid his dues. Believe me. He wrote Romeo and Juliet. He wrote my first book. He wrote the first book that I wrote. All I need to know about filmmaking, I learned from the Toxic Avenger, which is, it's 15 years. People are still buying that book. Well, he's great. He's a good guy.
Speaking of Toxic Avenger, Dutch in Connecticut, if you want to throw the headphones back on, Dutch in Connecticut wants to pipe in. What's going on, pal?
Hey, boys. Sam, love the show. Congrats.
Thanks,
Long overdue. Yeah,
I was thinking that too.
You know, I'm a fan of Toxic Avenger. It was filmed in my hometown of Boonton, New Jersey. And to this day, it still stands as the only good thing that's ever happened to that town. And I promise you, they will not get the intelligent humor there.
No, I wouldn't think so.
The people of Boonton, though, are in the film, and I'm eternally grateful. The whole town, they were all we don't say extras, we say actor persons, because extra is sort of a demeaning word. But they were the actor persons in the scene when Melvin jumps out the window of the gym and all that kind of stuff. And they were so nice to us. And the mayor of Boonton, everybody was great there. And they had a 30-year reunion in Boonton not too long ago, and showed, I couldn't go, but they showed Toxic Avenger, and Toxie himself showed up. It was very
That's amazing. Toxie.
Yeah.
Let's go to David in Connecticut, who's on the phone here with Lloyd Kaufman on Sam Roberts Show. What's going on, David?
Hey, boys. How you doing? Mr. Kaufman, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How would one go about getting a role in one of your movies? I've been a Toxic Avenger fan my entire life, the whole Tromaville series. Love it.
You should just keep an eye on my Twitter at Lloyd Kaufman. I usually announce it there. When you see us getting ready to do casting, be aggressive. Usually anyone who's very aggressive, right, Zach Amico? Anyone who's aggressive and has some energy.
The more annoying you are, the more likely you are to be in the movies.
The more what?
The more annoying you are to the people working on them, the more likely you're going to get a part.
Huh.
So just don't be shy. In fact, the first turn on, Madonna was begging to be in that movie. That was Vincent D'Onofrio's first movie. And my partner, Michael Hers, and she was aggressive, but I was at the Cannes Film Festival, and Michael turned her down. She wasn't his image of what he wanted in the first turn on, which was about a summer camp. This was before she became a big star, and she
I would hope so.
She even said,
"Yeah, I know you're a big star and everything. Like a Virgin was great. It just doesn't fit my image."
Well, 6 months later, she was on the cover of Newsweek.
6 months,
literally. She said she was going to be a big musical star, and as our first turn on was unimpressing people, she was
she definitely sucked some good dick.
Shooting.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You would know Whoo Kid. Again, your ears to the street on all these things.
How did she get the muscles? She's really got guns. I mean, she's taking some kind of steroid. Is she doing what?
I mean, it takes a lot of strength to suck dick. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know. No, I don't know what you're saying, but I will take your word for it.
You just say she didn't suck no dick?
No. I just don't know how much strength it takes.
Okay.
I've never done it.
You look like a character that needs to be in the movie, but I need to get killed immediately on the first scene.
That's not fair. That's not a fair thing to say. Is this, you called it your swan song. Is this the last time you're directing a movie?
Every film I make, people tell me it will be the last one.
Stop doing
Michael Hurst would be the first to rejoice if I didn't make another movie. He's my partner of 40 years.
Oh, wow.
He hates me.
They also run a movie studio together.
What?
You're also, by the way, Zach Amico is a part of our friend Luis J. Gomez. Luis, he hates Luis. Luis J. Gomez's podcast, right?
Yeah, I am the co-host on the Real Ass podcast on Stand Up New York Labs.
Did you know, Lloyd Kaufman, what a big deal Zach was?
I didn't know he and Louise had a show together, and they've never invited me on, so...
What?
Screw them.
I've invited you on like twice already. 3 times, maybe.
Well, this is showbiz, Zach Amico, he's no James Gunn.
No.
He's no
I just
Eli
don't want
Roth.
to take my boss around an animal like Louis J. Gomez.
No, Zach is the best. Zach's the absolute best.
So how long, again, if you want to invest in the Kickstarter, and I think you should, check the link out. We just posted it, SR Show SXM on Twitter. There's a link to the Kickstarter for Return to Nukem High Volume 2. The chicks in this movie are absolutely gorgeous. The gynos in this movie are absolutely gorgeous. The first one was...
It's a lesbianic love story, actually. The romance is lesbianic.
And the best looking and most talented women in the 40 years of Trauma movies.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And totally devoted. Katie Cochran, Asta Paredes, Zach Amico,
everybody in this whole cast, Vino Trigo, there's everyone in this movie, and we all hang out. We go to every screening, and it's just such a talented group of people. It's insane.
I was going to ask you.
In fact, Asta met Clay von Karlowitz.
Our 2 leads are getting married in September.
Really?
And Mark Quinnett, all the nucleus, they're totally devoted. This has been a 4-year poll, and they are just totally wonderfully devoted to the project. Really, genuinely devoted.
I never got to my question, Zach, about your Prince Albert.
Oh, of course.
Like, what is the reaction? Because you said you're not the most well-endowed man?
No, I've never impressed anybody.
So what is the reaction when you go into a tattoo piercing place, and you're like, no, I want this pierced?
Fury from the angry Spanish lesbian who was doing it, and she was like, all right, just don't piss on me.
Really?
Like, she was furious with me. She hated me.
Why? Has she been pissed on before? Is that
I have no
something
idea.
that happened?
Maybe I just looked like I was gonna.
We got a pisser walking in.
I did have on a diaper and had my legs up in the air the whole time.
Okay, so you could see where that impression would be.
But yeah, no, it was, she hated me, and she was furious.
But you have a memory and it's still pierced.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now it's stretched and obnoxious, and now it's going to be immortalized on film.
Well, I want everybody...
Can't wait.
Everybody's got to make sure they see this thing and that it's color corrected, which means you have to invest in the Kickstarter. Again, it's Return to Nukem High Volume 2. If you haven't seen the Nukem High movies, I don't have a lot of respect for you, but... You've still got time, because like you said, the originals are on YouTube, is that right?
They're all over the place. Class of Nukem High from the 80s. There are 3 of them. Nukem High, Subhumanoid Meltdown, Class of Nukem High Volume 2, Part 2, rather, and then The Good, the Bad, and the Subhumanoid, Class of Nukem High Part 3.
Which are also on Netflix streaming if you have that, or you can go on our YouTube, youtube.com/Trauma Movies.
And you should get the Blu-ray of Return to Nukem High Volume 1.
Yes.
I have it in my collection.
Good. Oh, thank you.
It's a very, very good movie. It's one of those things where you walk in, as somebody who's watched these movies, I walked in and I was like, I'm just kind of going because I have a loyalty to the brand. There's a good chance that after all these years, they kind of fucked this whole thing up. And then I watched it. I was like, they didn't fuck it up. It's great.
Thank you. By the way, you should come, Mr. Sam Roberts.
Yeah.
I mean, I would invite you, but you've got a reputation and a career.
Nah,
and if you could, Trauma Dance Film Festival. We've been putting on this film festival for 16 years. It was inspired by Trey Parker and Matt Stone when we all went to Sundance years ago. It's a free festival. You can submit your movies for free. You can see them for free, and no VIP policy. But you all ought to come and be on the panel. The 16th annual Trauma Dance is going to be in...
I'll watch all the movies and I'll swing through.
It's going to be in Brooklyn. It was in Williamsburg last year at the Paper Box. And this year it's July 24 and 5. It's all free.
Let's do it. Who
Public can come. You guys should be on. We'd do a panel.
That'd be kind of hot.
I'll do the panel.
It'd be wonderful.
Let's do it.
July 24 and 5. The panel would probably be on the 25th.
Okay.
So if you have time, that would be terrific.
I'm in.
We're going to have somebody from YouTube and somebody from Vice, I think.
And somebody from Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
That would be great, Sam Roberts.
Primetime Sam Roberts. Guys, thank you both for stopping by. Well, thank all 3 of you for stopping by. Of course, DJ Who Kid's on Twitter at DJ Who Kid.
What are you talking about?
Huh? You had to
be here, motherfucker.
You're at least once a week, period. DJ Who Kid on Twitter. You can get Lloyd Kaufman on Twitter at Lloyd Kaufman.
Follow me on Twitter at Zach is not funny. ZAC is not funny.
That's right. And of course, submit to giving money to this movie, go to Kickstarter and submit to Return to Nukem High Volume 2. You can get the direct link at SR Show SXM on Twitter. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
And we'll see you.
Toxie's here. Wow. Toxie, look out. DJ Who. Watch out. Toxie's. Look out. Oh, no. DJ's head. Oh, no. He lost his swash. Oh,
It's getting very, very weird in here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Give me them tits.
Nicole Ryan will be here. That's right. Nicole Ryan will be here tomorrow. You should meet Nicole Ryan. You want to talk about a well-endowed woman who'd be good for a trauma film.
Okay.
Nicole Ryan will be here tomorrow. We'll see you then live on Sam Roberts Show. Goodbye, everybody. You saw Caitlyn. Have you heard, by the way, the promo? Caitlyn Jenner is getting a reality show.
Oh, really?
That's right. Bruce Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn, is getting her very own reality show. And a preview came out for it. I don't know. Did you hear about it?
I don't want to see him. I almost threw up looking at him.
Well, I got to tell you something, Whoo Kid. I think you're being very prejudicial.
No, I'm not. I don't like his lips.
I was do you think that's the problem?
It's disgusting.
What do you think of this?
Yeah, that's nasty too.
Okay, all right. So you don't like my lips either. Whatever.
No, he puts like shots in his lips.
Like collagen?
And it makes it like curve. It looks like a little ramp. Like you need like a skateboardist to jump off that shit.
Well, he's got that selfie duck lip thing. He did live with Kim Kardashian for a long time.
It's disgusting.
If you're in... I said it yesterday. If you're going under the knife anyway, I don't think there's any excuse for a person who's making the transition, who's got money, to not look... I think Caitlyn Jenner looks fabulous.
How old is he?
65?
Why are you doing this now?
Well, because he couldn't do it when he was at the Olympics.
You got shit to do. Like you're 65 years old. You're not getting pussy anymore.
No, that's true.
You're gonna get a pussy.
I mean, maybe he will now. Find some nice lesbian or something.
Loser. And then he's continuously telling us that, this is a personal thing. It's not about whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he got it on every goddamn fucking... It's everywhere.
He does. They were just saying...
Daily News.
Caitlyn Jenner beat Obama to 1 million followers. She set the world record, the quickest person to 1 million followers. In 4 hours, she got 1 million followers. That was until yesterday when SR Show SXM launched the Twitter account for this show. SR Show SXM, the fastest Twitter account to ever hit 650 followers. So that's huge.
We're dying this year. We're all going to die.
The human race?
Because the Russians are creating these bombs. They're like, we're too busy worried
about Bruce Jenner.
His dick.
And his genitals. His genitals.
Genitals are gone.
Well, if he's not just going to cut his dick off. He'd have a vagina. He's got to have some kind of genitals.
Or maybe he's like the alien.
You think so? Just a eunuch now? They did say, Kevin Undergaro called up here on Monday and said he wondered, and he thinks it's a little far-fetched, but he wondered if he was calling himself Caitlyn with a C to take another shot at the Kardashian family, not taking on that K.
God.
And there's actually an article that came out today that it was indeed further separate himself from the Kardashians. Although he's getting a reality show on E.
We've had the Kardashian mom on the show before, right?
Yeah, we had her on this show when we first started doing Fridays, and I asked her, is Bruce Jenner transitioning?
She fucking lied.
She said, not as far as I know. She totally knew, because he said that the family had met Caitlyn before. Let's go to Chris the teacher and see what he's up to. Whoo Kid, Chris the teacher has been calling in every day, all real dude. A real ass dude, as some would say. Let's go to Superfan Eric, speaking of real ass dudes. What's up, pal? Yeah, buddy.
Superstar Hogo, whatever the hell he was. It was great. Listen, hoagies, baby. I'm delivering hoagies right now. I'm going to put a little boost on some of these guys down here in Philadelphia.
Boost it up. Talk to you later, buddy. I just heard somebody texted me that you couldn't hear the callers at first. I think I fixed it, though. I don't think program was up, but I should be able to fix it. They're going crazy, Paul. You want to answer them? Ladies and gentlemen, which one you taking? That one? Fresh in the building. First time on the daily version of Sam Roberts Show. It's DJ Whoo Kid. What's up, pal?
So excited.
That's the one. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man?
What are you doing?
I'm loving it right now. The rain stopped. It's hot.
Oh my!
Insane! Everybody's out in the streets.
Yeah,
running around.
And the women get very, very excited once the rain stops in New York and it's the summer. They take all their clothes off. The sundresses come back out. It's a big deal.
No panties.
Is that right? They don't wear panties?
Yeah, especially the office workers. They don't wear any panties.
Which offices do you go to?
I mean, it's unfortunate I got to deal with the Sirius XM workers, but
see, that's why we moved over here to Lincoln Center. We don't deal with any of that bullshit anymore.
There's a lot of bush out here too, man.
It's their bush. They don't shave.
They're on the 70s thing out here, man.
Wow. I guess you know what? It was just winter, so they haven't gotten their summer haircuts yet.
I gotta get some pics for these chicks out here, man.
Please do. Where have you been, Whoo Kid? It's been. I mean, I guess we saw you on Friday, but you disappear for days, if not weeks at a time.
I actually was I was supposed to be here Monday, but I was stuck in Toronto because of all that rain.
It rained for like 3 days straight. I almost built an ark.
So they canceled all the flights. So I had to deal with getting stuck in a different pussy in Toronto. So I went to another chick's crib. So I couldn't make it Monday. I'm sorry.
You just went to some other bitch's crib.
Yeah.
That's great.
French
That's
bitch.
Great. What did you say, Paul? What do you want me to do?
Just do a test.
Pick up what line?
1.
Okay, all right. I'm going to test Paul right now. He's going to test our phones, Whoo Kid.
Oh, to see if it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing, Paul?
I hear you.
All right, great. All right, so I fixed it. Don't worry. I'm quite the engineer myself. A lot of people don't realize that I can handle hosting and board opping and engineering. I can do it all. I'm exhausted, though.
I see you're tired, man. Speaking of tired.
Yeah, tell me.
I've been getting attacked from Friday's show with all these specialists with the lying detector machines and all that.
Well, I definitely want to talk about it because Lloyd Kaufman's coming on the show later on today.
Ooh, that old school guy that does them horror movies?
Yeah, he does all sci-fi horror. Welcome to day number 3. Sam Roberts Show. I can't wait till I've been on enough days that I don't remember what day number it is. Hopefully by the second week. Be like, what is this? Is this day 7, 8, 9? 9, you say, Paul? Wow, we've accomplished a lot. Welcome to Sam Roberts Show. So much to do today. Oh my God, we are live as we are every day. Starting right this time, noon Eastern, here on Opie Radio. Lloyd Kaufman is coming in today. Lloyd Kaufman, the founder, the guru, the god of Trauma Films, responsible for movies like The Toxic Avenger and Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, and Class of Nukem High, all the movies that you used to watch while learning how to masturbate watching USA Up All Night. Lloyd Kaufman will be here, as will, he's promised to, DJ Whoo Kid, as we've said. We're in a different studio. We're all the way up at Lincoln Center. It's 5, 6, maybe 7 blocks away from the actual studio. So we'll see when DJ Whoo Kid makes it. But a lot in store to get to. By the way, drinking regular soda. That's right, Francesca. A man's beverage. None of that diet bullshit. Here on Sam Roberts Show. Update on John Kerry's condition if we get to it. And we got a little preview of Caitlyn Jenner's reality show coming up. The former Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn. She's got her own reality show coming, so we're going to get into that. A whole lot to talk about here on Sam Roberts Show today. If you want to be a part of it, call right now, 866-969-1969. Phone lines are open at 866-969-1969, and you too can be a part of Sam Roberts Show. We've got a new Twitter account, at SR Show SXM. That's at SR Show SXM. You can follow along with everything that's going on in this party room. Vast, huge, massive studio. And a major announcement as far as that Twitter account goes. We have broken a record. Everybody was talking about Caitlyn Jenner 2 days ago. As of today, the SR Show SXM account, which you can get to at twitter.com/SR Show SXM, is the quickest account in the history of Twitter to reach 650 followers. That's right. No Twitter account has reached 650 followers quicker than SR Show SXM. So make sure you follow that, and you too can be a part of it. Let's go to Jason in Detroit to start the show. What's going on, Jason? That's amazing. Thanks. See, I was looking around. I wanted something. If you go to my Instagram at @notsam, you can see I did play with his dog. And I told Troy, who was there with me, Troy Kwan was there. I was like, dude, get a picture of me playing with Stone Cold's dog right now. I did Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast while I was out in L.A. I wanted to take something. I was looking around his house for what I could grab. But Steve Austin, and if you listen to his podcast that I was on, you know this because we talked about it, he's got no memorabilia. This is the only Stone Cold stuff in Stone Cold Steve Austin's house. He's got a giant Got Milk poster that's him holding 2 things of milk. And for some odd reason, this is the oddest piece of merchandise I've ever seen in the Stone Cold collection. In his kitchen, he's got a ceramic Stone Cold cookie jar. That's all he has, though, as far as Stone Cold stuff goes. Well, yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't already. Thanks, buddy. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for the call. I did, while I was doing Stone Cold's podcast, manage to get some shots in at Kevin Pollak because I figure, you know what? If Kevin Pollak is going to go out of his way to take shots at me on every show that he does, I'm going to go ahead and jump on this podcast that gets literally hundreds of thousands, approaching millions of listeners and make my opinion known. So this is what I said. You ever heard of an actor named Kevin Pollak?
Yes.
He's got a big problem with me. He's made it very public that he's got a problem with me.
Why?
Because I don't know. He doesn't like me on the air.
How can anybody have a problem with you?
That's what I've always said.
You get along with everybody.
I do. I thought I did, but Kevin Pollak has gone out and he's said it on his radio show, and he's gone on Reddit, and he said all kinds of stuff about me and being on the air and this and that and he called up, Opie's show one time because he doesn't think I paid my dues enough. He couldn't be.
How many dues you got to pay, Sam?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've been here just because he just turned on his radio.
Right.
Doesn't mean, and let's be honest, it's Kevin Pollak. Like most of the movies he's been in is because somebody more famous is in the movie.
Right.
It's not like anybody goes to A Few Good Men and says,
that a shot?
See Kevin Pollak. I don't know. I don't know. But it wasn't for me.
Hold on. You got to get a visual. Sam's got his GoPro over across the damn room. But you're hearing the audio version. I said, is that a shot? And Sam goes, I don't know. And he puts his hand out to the side. So, shots fired here at 316 Gimmick Street. Helicopters, ambulances on the way.
That's right. How do you like that? Stone Cold is okay with me. Stone Cold thinks I've paid dues. Kevin Pollak doesn't, but Stone Cold does. Just getting that dude to laugh that hard at anything was a major, major life accomplishment. I mean, goddamn, he was getting such a kick out of it. Stone Cold is a
He's still alive?
Yeah, well, it wasn't from the 50s. It was the 80s.
No, it looked like the 50s.
No, it was the 80s. It was definitely the 80s.
How is he alive and Johnny Carson's dead?
I don't know. It's one of those cruel jokes that God plays on us. Maybe you could ask him when he gets here, but I want to know...
Get God on the line.
I want to know what his opinion is on you claiming on Friday that you were sitting in Long Island watching Twilight movies.
With Taylor Lautner.
With Taylor Lautner, you're getting very excited as he was turning into a werewolf.
Okay, yeah, make it clear. I wasn't excited because it's six-pack and oily body.
Well, I'm saying you like the transition process. You like when he had those wolf legs, but the man body. Like, you like that. You like that. That animalistic urge came out of you. And you saw Taylor Lautner, but you then claimed that you got abducted by aliens as you were watching.
Yeah.
You're still on this.
Some gray joints, yeah.
You haven't given this up.
Never, I'm not.
You said... DJ Whoo Kid told me that he got abducted. Funny, man. He got abducted by aliens. Again, we got the phones working, so if you want to call up 866-969-1969.
I mean, they could relate to us, right?
I know, because I think you've made it up, but you're insisting. This is what weirded me out. He went on a show on Friday, and he was talking about getting abducted by an alien, and they were gray, and they were eunuchs. They had no genitals, but he saw their pelvises, and they looked like mannequins, and they had reptilian skin, and he had all these details. And I was like, Whoo Kid has once again just made something up off the top of his head.
Come on, man. You got Bruce Jenner running around here with no fucking dick, and you worried about
Caitlyn Jenner. But...
Man, get the fuck out of here.
But we're off the air. We're in an office at SiriusXM. We're in the office of the guy who runs Whoo Kid's channel, Shade 45.
Love it.
And Whoo Kid goes, yo, man, I was just telling Sam. I got abducted by aliens last night. And he's serious. And we're off the air. I don't know who he's performing for anymore.
I even told Waka Flocka this, but he hung up on me.
Good, he hung up on you. Waka Flocka's the one who's supposed to be on drugs all the time, not you. You're still insisting that this happened.
I'm telling you, man, it really did, man. I'm gonna stand by my dick.
Have you your dick?
I mean, that's you know.
Is that a slang I don't know about?
Yeah.
When you're telling the truth, you're like, instead of saying word is bond now, you say I'm standing by my dick?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll remember that for next time. Next time a caller calls up and he doesn't believe me.
Because you're not supposed to lie on your dick. Like, you know, you lie, say I had sex with a certain individual.
Right. You're not supposed to do that.
But you're lying.
Right, and your dick feels betrayed by that.
That's amazingly embarrassing. That's like fucked up. If you get caught, you look like a fucking total loser.
Yeah. And then your dick shrivels up because your dick doesn't want that kind of betrayal and humiliation.
You don't want that kind of promo.
No. Well, yeah, go ahead and call up if you think Whoo Kid's telling the truth. So you haven't been contacted by aliens since?
I mean, I saw Bruce Jenner all weekend on some TV. Fucking widow.
He's not an alien. He's a trans individual, Whoo Kid. And you didn't see Bruce.